What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Clash Royale League Asia. We are on week 2, day 2. Group A is here today, and I am paper thin. With me is Ending. How you feeling about today?
Well, now finally after the first week has passed, we kind of know how these teams like playing, how these teams go up against each other. Maybe some teams are a little bit stronger than the other, and that's what it makes this league fun, because we can see the quote unquote weaker. Like, I don't want to say they're weaker, but just by looking at the scores.
Yeah, the teams that aren't doing quite as well.
And they come back later on after 2-3 weeks have passed. They've evolved. They've gotten used to some of the decks. They make up new decks, and they come back and hit hard to the top tier teams here. And that's what makes it interesting. And today for Group A, last week we had one day where we had two 2-0s.
Yeah.
So 2 sets of 2-0. So now I'm wondering if those teams that have lost 2-0 will kind of come back and try to punch back.
Yeah, how are you going to adapt, right? When you lose 2-0, that's pretty devastating in Clash Royale, especially here in the Asia League with the format we have, which you can see right here, guys. We play every Thursday, Saturday night, 7 p.m. Korea time. You can see we have 3 different regions participating, but we've mixed them all together this season into groups A and B. Today again is Group A. First set will be a 2v2 best of 3. Second set is a 1v1 best of 3. And our last set, if it comes down to it, is a King of the Hill, where it's a single elimination, and each team sends 3 players in. Last one standing wins. So here are our current standings. You can see Group A on the left there. We have Group B on Thursday. 2-0 for GameWith, 2-0 for OP.GAMING. I think that's kind of what you would expect here coming into this season, due to the fact that OP.GAMING made a pretty big roster change, picking up Expo Master. GameWith just being a very solid team in general throughout Clash Royale League Asia. And so it's going to be interesting, because then they go up against each other for our final match of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And there we go. This is today's matchup. For our first match, we have Southeast Asia versus Southeast Asia. Talon versus Bren Esports. This is going to be very interesting. You guys, I'm pretty sure that you guys will notice when you see the rosters that will be coming up very soon to see. Some of the 2v2 players might have gone to the 1v1. Some of the 2v or some of the 1v1 players might be sitting this one out this week. Some of these changes, having more than four players on each team, allows a team to kind of shift changes and show changes regarding players and how they made up the team for today.
Right, exactly. We've already seen that a little bit so far here in Clash Royale League Asia, where they're kind of shifting things around. We saw Expo Master play the 2v2 for OP.GAMING, and that worked out well for them. He's just so good at the game.
Yeah.
He's so versatile. He can play any deck. He can play 2v2. Just an incredible player. But let's talk about this team here. Talon, SB, Master Hong, Jacques, The Rock. And then the last one to cut away before I could finish reading it.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. There he is. There he is, Yu-Gi-Oh. And we might see what they got for us here. I'm not sure. It looks like, we've had SB and The Rock do the 2v2s.
Yeah, but we didn't actually get to see Master Hong standing right there.
No Master Hong. Yeah. Okay. So no Master Hong today. That's interesting. Here for Talon, this is Bren Esports, Trainer Ken, Toby, Spirit Hawk, No Aim Sai, Monong GP, and Jai. We'll see what they want to bring for us today. They've always got their little dance going. They're one of my favorite teams, because if they win, they've got something cool they're going to do. Like, the Japanese teams do it, and then the Koreans kind of do it. They're just kind of like, okay, we won. Like, I guess we're supposed to do this. But
yeah, some of the new players actually. I think it was Alpha maybe. He's the one with that has a lot of emotion. So like when he's losing, when he's winning, like you can see that he's happy. You can see that he's nervous. But look at this. This is the entry for today's first matchup here. Talon versus Bren Esports.
Yeah, okay, so Balloon and Tornado being banned here for the 2v2. The Balloon we saw be pretty effective last time with the 2v2 stuff, so that makes a lot of sense. That leaves a lot of things open, though, again. Balloon isn't as common, right? You see teams kind of fiddle with it, and, it worked. I think it was on Thursday, right? Yeah, on Thursday we saw a team get the win with it. So SB and The Rock, not interested in seeing that. They've been pretty solid as a 2v2. They're 1-1, but they were looking pretty good. And Monong GP and Trainer Ken here today for Bren Esports. And then we'll go into Jacques versus Jai for our 1v1. That's pretty interesting there from Talon and Bren Esports.
Yeah, and seeing that the miner is banned during the 1v1s is actually can make things more interesting because personally I use the miner and it kind of baits out a lot of the units, and it when you have the miner in your deck for 1v1, you basically know the cycle, the pattern, and it's very easy to catch on, even though you know it's hard to kind of counter it perfectly. So the miner being banned, the chip damage that's gonna come through from the miner is no longer there for the 1v1. So in set 2, Shakya versus Jai, I think I'm gonna be very excited to see what kind of decks they bring out.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. Sorry, I just knocked over the front thing. Whoops. So you might have heard something there. My bad.
Paper thin.
Whoops, I kicked it. I was mad. I was really mad. I wanted to knock it over. Telling my voice that I'm really upset right now. No. So let's look at the 2v2 here.
Yeah.
So no balloon. That leaves the door open for pretty standard stuff that we've been mostly seeing otherwise, whether that be Royal Giant, which seems to be very popular in the Asia League. In the Chinese League, I've been seeing a lot of Hog Rider type things, Hog Rider cycles, so we could see some of that. Obviously, there's still Beatdown available, but that seems to be kind of falling to the wayside here.
Yeah and no, because like Royal Hog, but now the Infernal Tower's up there. We don't know about that, but you have to remember the double Lava Hound has been coming out so many times.
True.
So in this 2v2, I don't know. I'm still expecting at least one Lava Hound.
Yeah, I think Lava Hound is pretty likely. You do see a lot of it. I think, I'll be curious to see if anybody opts to use Earthquake again today. We saw a lot of Lightning. The other day we didn't see much Earthquake, a little bit. But I think, like you've been talking about, like Earthquake seems pretty strong in 2v2 right now, just because you have to use buildings more or less. And those, Earthquake obviously just eradicates those buildings quite quickly. There's what we expect to see. The lumberjack. Yeah, double Lumberjack here to take out the first Lumberjack. 1, 2 shots from the Royal Giant there.
There we go, the counter. Now we have the double Lumberjack coming through with the bats, taking the aggro away from the Royal Giant. And this Infernal Tower is not doing much right now. It's gone, and look at this. Raged up Royal Giant's just gonna take this first tower.
Wow.
Wow, that was quick. Talon is gonna just, forget about that. Leave that Royal Giant to hit that King Tower while trying to counter here, but the Infernal Tower does lock on.
Yeah, it does. It does a little bit of damage. No need to use a spell, though. They're getting quite a bit of damage of their own here on the push on the right. It will be cleaned up relatively effectively. Meanwhile, on the bottom left, that Royal Giant doing a lot of damage to that King Tower.
Yeah, definitely. Now the King Tower has less HP than the Princess Tower, so now that we know that the Royal Giant exists on both sides, one wrong Infernal Tower that's put down, especially for Talon, it may just get a 3-crown game here.
Yeah, so this is looking nice here so far for Bren Esports, but now they're going to have to defend another push here from the Royal Giant, the Lumberjack, Baby Dragon as well. Okay, interesting Infernal Tower placement. They're afraid of a spell to do damage to it and the tower, the Princess Tower. So, nice placement on that Inferno Dragon, but followed right away again with another one. Let's see how they respond this time. Ooh, E-Wiz, yep. So that's only 2 shots and a poison there.
Well, it was better than nothing there, trying to land the poison onto the E-Wiz or the Lumberjack. Unfortunately, it did not connect. But look at this. This is what I was thinking. This is what I was afraid for Talon here. They're going to just go for the 3-crown here if possible. Bats put down. Bomb Tower is not going to be doing too much right now.
Yep, it's still getting a few more, getting 1 shot in. Yeah. Well, so that one wasn't too bad. Good defense there by Talon. Good placement of that Bomb Tower. About as, I think that's max range for drawing the Royal Giant's attention. Definitely. So that's a really, really interesting placement there. They're just wanting to push here on the left. Just raged up Royal Giant locks right on.
Gosh.
I don't know if that Inferno Tower is going to be a time. No, it's a 3-crown here.
All right. So when Talon left that almost full HP Royal Giant after the first Princess Tower down in order to counter attack on the right side to try to even things up, and that first push it wasn't as successful. It didn't get the Princess Tower down the first try. However, it was a good try. But that full HP Royal Giant got the King Tower's HP down more than halfway down. So that was too much of a big trick.
Yes.
It wasn't working.
Yeah, it's just too much here. You can see the first push with the poison coming through, allowing that Royal Giant to get in there with the rage, just finishes it off. Top right, there was a counter punch here from Talon, but it just wasn't quite enough because of these strong pushes on the left-hand side, these relentless pushes here by Bren Esports. And this is big for Bren. They've been looking for a 2v2 combo that works together well because they haven't won a 2v2 yet.
Yeah.
And that's why we're seeing a whole new, setup here. Every member of Bren, except for Toby Spirit Hawk, has played 2v2, so they're just trying to find something, that works. And okay, so far so good here for them. That's only one game though.
Yeah, it was definitely a great start to start off with the 3 crown. And, like we were saying before, you guys saw it in that replay or highlight reel just now where, Talon gave up that Royal Giant that I was talking about. And if they were able to get the Princess Tower down with the first counter by leaving that Royal Giant full HP, then it could have been worth it. However, like I said, it took them 3 tries to get the Princess Tower down. Right. Which gave Bren Esports the time.
Exactly. Well, let's get into game number 2. Bren Esports, Monong GP and trainer Ken up on the top on your red side. On the blue side, Talon. SB and The Rock undefeated so far in 2v2s this season. Let's see if they can turn it around here. It's only one game. Bats and guards coming out. A miner this time from Monong GP and trainer Ken. Gets a few swipes in. There is no tornado, so it's safe to put it up in that corner. There's the Royal Giant. Immediately the Inferno Tower comes down to counter it. It does lock onto the Royal Giant, so that will be a dead Royal Giant. Not much doing on that push.
Yeah, we do have just the Lumberjacks trying to counter. The first time around, we did see some good aggro and good pulls away from the Inferno Tower, so the Royal Giant could do more than 2 hits to the Princess Tower. But this time around, Bren Esports bringing out the Lava Hound.
Yep, there's that Lava Hound. You thought we'd see it. There it is. Lumberjacks trading blows here. Ooh, that's big. The first Lumberjack does go down here up on the top right. The E-Wiz slowing it down, but it's not a lot of damage onto the Royal Giant, so quite a few shots coming through for Talon. Lightning comes down to the bottom left to try to get rid of this Inferno Tower. Poison. Okay, this is a big push. This is a lot of damage. They need something here to deal with those pups. They go away. A defensive poison from Talon.
All right, well, they had to use a defensive poison. If not, I think that Princess Tower would have gone down. Look at the health. 600 HP. We thought that the right side push by Talon was good, but look at this Bren Esports push. A lot better than what they've taken in damage. So it's a good trade on the side of Bren Esports here.
Yep, trying to sneak through with the Miner and the Baby Dragon. They're going to kite that Baby Dragon with the Lumberjack and down go the guards. So not a lot of AoE damage to deal with these guards and other things here. So that makes quick work of that Royal Giant. Ice Wiz to defend this push from the 2 Mega Minions. They will get slowed up. Guards coming in to protect the Ice Wizard. And away we go.
Yep, here we go. But look at the bottom left side. Princess Tower, 30 HP. They're just going to leave that be. Now just focus on defending the right side push. Their Princess Tower is 1,000 health, still defendable. Even though, a big, huge push comes through, it's not like, they're doing the high push right now. So
I feel like Talon's got to be better about predicting when and where that Inferno Tower is going to come down.
Yeah.
Because right now, when the Inferno Tower is coming down for Bren Esports, they're just not able to deal with it, and they're not getting through. So the Miner comes in here. Oh, this could get dangerous. Snowball has to push some of the stuff away. Mega Minions getting a few hits in there. Double Baby Dragons as well is very, very scary here. Lumberjack to defend. Some Bats as well. Let's see, they get the Rage here. But, okay, this time they get a little lucky. The Bats come out. And the Earthquake as well here. So the bottom left-hand tower does go down here for Bren Esports, though, and the top right does not get through. They snuck in on us on the bottom left there.
Definitely. They, like I said, they left it with 32 HP. They knew it was going to go down. They definitely have more than enough spells. Look at their ceremony. Oh, they're dabbing at us. However, a 2-0 win for Bren Esports. Very clean. The Inferno Tower, they did not know how to deal with it, unfortunately.
Well, why? I mean, I get it. A lot of times they couldn't use the Earthquake because the tower was, placed so far up close to the river. And I think that's a really smart move by Bren there, and I think we saw that yesterday. Yeah. We're going to see that a lot more, I think, coming forward with the Inferno Tower to keep it out of Earthquake range of the Earthquake hitting both. Both. But I still think it is worth it to use the Earthquake onto that tower.
Yeah.
Because you got to get those Royal Giant shots in.
Yeah, it does a ton of damage onto buildings, and you know, people do get greedy sometimes. But this push right here is the push that started and gave Brand Esports that breathing room where that Inferno Tower did not lock onto that Royal Giant at all. They sent bats. I think they had guards or something like that. So basically, the aggro never went onto the Royal Giant, and this is still just insane here.
Yeah, they played really, really well in game number 1. Getting 3 crowns is nice too. And then here, push up on the top right did a little bit of damage, but then
yeah, we thought, all right, so even with the E-Wiz down, the Royal Giant did a ton of damage to that Princess Tower, but this one with the Mega Minion Baby Dragon and the Lava Hound reaching all the way to the Princess Tower, you know, look at that.
Doing that much damage, you know, it just takes a little bit of chip from a miner here and there, another spell or two, and that bottom left is essentially dead, and then you got, you know, we tried to focus on the right side here, and it just wasn't able to, you know, get it going for Talon here.
Exactly, that double Baby Dragon, it's going to do a ton of damage because it's so tanky.
Right.
And it does splash damage. And if you notice, they were trying to defend it and trying to pull it away with small units, with cheap units, which, you know, 2 Baby Dragons, they're just going to melt them down.
Right.
But now,
we're done. 2v2's over. It's time for 1v1. Brand Esports getting their first win in 2v2s in a set this season. Now, it is Jai versus Jacques. Jacques, we have seen quite a bit of interesting stuff from him ending. We were talking about it beforehand, like the various amounts of decks that Jacques has brought so far this season, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like, he makes different variations with Graveyard. He loves the Lava Hound deck actually in the 1v1s as well, so you know, we can expect that from him as well. But you know, we've seen a lot of interesting decks, not only from Jacques, but from all the players that will be playing today. And, you know, every time new 1v1s come up, we're going to be referring to those. But, yeah, Jacques, you know, we're going to see some, we definitely may see some Graveyard Furnace decks that he did bring out in the past in last week. So, you know, we'll have to see what kind of decks he'll come out to surprise Jai.
We haven't seen much 1v1 from Jai. He's just played one King of the Hill game. That is it. Otherwise, he's been playing 2v2. So giving him a shot here at 1v1s. We don't have much to scout for him, but this is game number 1. Jacques versus Jai. All right, so we've got the bans here, Baby Dragon and Miner.
Yep.
So Miner, I think that like having these 2 cards banned really tightens up the different types of deck you can use.
Exactly.
Tombstone out here right away. So for Jai though is the Tombstone.
Yeah.
And an Elixir Collector, an immediate poison comes down here. Jacques doesn't seem too concerned, although you know it's a pretty favorable trade.
Definitely, and you know, like I said before, right before we got into this game, you know, I was referring to Jacques liking the Lava Hound deck during the 1v1s, but because the Baby Dragon's banned, I'm pretty sure he's gonna try to go with another deck here, as we see here.
Yeah, so a Tesla. So this is pretty unique setup here.
All right.
There's the Lava Hound. It definitely smelled like Lava Hound from Jai, but something very unique here from Jacques. We haven't seen Tesla in a while here. I thought it was going to be it is the Barbs deck. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's the Barbs deck. And the Tesla is an interesting variation on that. Usually you don't see Tesla in this setup. You see Furnace.
Yeah, Furnace is more of the usual combination to go with that, but that machine is just doing so much damage.
So scary.
It's getting all it's worth.
That card is so sneaky good. Like,
yeah, it is.
So much damage. And
it's like the nerf doesn't even feel like a nerf. It's still so good.
It's still,
right?
it's still quite good. It's still plenty good. Mostly seeing it in Lava Hound decks, but so still opting to try for the Elixir Collector. Feeling okay so far as Jacques with trading the damage for the extra Elixir.
Yeah, you know, you'll get 2 Elixirs out of that even with the poison. So I guess on the side, on the side of Jacques, I guess it's better than nothing. But you know,
if you're cycling, why not?
Exactly. Your tower's gonna take damage. You can definitely kind of sacrifice a little bit in the early games. So I think this is what he's trying to do, trying to get his cycle going.
Ice Golem doing a great job kiting those pups after the Tesla buys them enough time to put the damage into the Lava Hound here. Now let's see if they can make this push work. You've got a decent. There's the Expo. Fascinating. All right, a poison immediately comes down and a barb barrel to try to deal with his Expo, but it does
lock on.
Lock on. That's going to be quite a bit of damage. The skeletons probably going to get there right as about it's expiring anyway. So another Lava Hound coming down. A pretty even game so far between these two, switching the Elixir Collector over to the left-hand side. This is really interesting.
All right, here we go. The Electro Dragon and the Flying Machine and the Lava Hound uncontested until they cross the bridge, and the offensive poison coming down. This push is looking dangerous for Jacques right now.
Yep, the snowball there to break the pups up, but Barrel coming in here, trying to distract some of these things in the back, but a lot of pups are locking on, a lot of damage being done to the bottom right, and it will go down. That is Jai taking game number 1 with his Lava Hound, and a little bit of a wrinkle in there, seeing the Electro Dragon.
Yeah, so, you know, it's very unfortunate that Jacques decided to go the Expo deck with that variation, because the Expo, the Barbarian, you know, the heavier cards in that deck that's made of is all ground.
Right.
You can't attack, and you have the Lava Hound, you have the all the air, Flying Machine, Electro Dragon, everything's air, and I guess it was unlucky because the deck itself, no, regardless of who's better or who's worse, the skill, regardless of the skill difference, just the deck itself, I think Jai's deck was just overall a better matchup when he went up against Jacques' deck just now.
Yeah, again, you're trying to, with the Elixir Collector pick, you're trying to catch your opponent trying to cut spell cards, right? They're not going to have, you're hoping they don't have Fireball, Poison, Earthquake, something like that, or even Lightning or Rocket, right? Which it seems like that's a lot of cards, but a lot of these decks these days that are in the meta sometimes don't run a big spell like that. They're just going to rely on Barbarian Barrel and Snowball. So you're taking a bit of a a risk trying to cut a corner there, and that's also part of the problem is then it becomes an even trade basically, except you lose a little bit of damage on your tower from the spell. If you're the Elixir Collector player. So, and as you said, not a lot of air defense, and you have stuff like Tombstone that's pretty effective at delaying the Expo from locking on. So, good. Yeah, just a bit of a matchup issue there for Jacques. I think, just got to try something a little different. I like what he's trying. I thought that was a really cool deck.
It was.
Like kind of a, it's that hybrid, right?
Yeah,
it's like a hybrid of the Barbs Musketeer deck and then the Expo Tesla deck. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I was actually... Yeah, like when the Expo came out, I wasn't surprised, but when the Tesla came out, I was like, oh, all right, so we're gonna see some Tesla.
Tesla was surprising.
Yeah,
because I knew it was a Barbs.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, we're building up to the Barbs, and then Tesla, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
All right, well, this is why we cast this game, because it's not always the same deck, it's not always the same cards, different variations. We'll see what both of these players have brought out there. I'm pretty sure they're not going to stick with the same deck.
Jai might. Oh.
So. Right.
Well, maybe, but probably not. Furnace, you usually don't run that with Lava. Poison immediately down to deal with that Furnace. There's a couple different decks you could see with Furnace. Usually these days it's been Royal Giant. Guards coming down though, so there's a few things it could be.
We'll have to see what they'll decide to bring out here. Tombstone is put down, it's gonna buy enough time.
Yeah, Jacques might be going back into his bread and butter. The Lava Hound, we'll see.
Yeah, usually Jacques, like everybody just when they run the Lava Hound, it's usually there we go.
Yep,
but the Royal Giant is coming out on the other side, to counter that.
And that's less Elixir. Okay, he has Barbarians available. A great counter to the Royal Giant. Really only going to give the Royal Giant a couple shots there. Meanwhile, he's got a lot of different stuff to deal with. Fireball there to deal with the Barbarians. But this Musketeer is doing some damage into this. What will the follow-up be for the Pups? Anything. Just a Mega Minion to deal with that Flying Machine. So, both players trading blows here. Pretty even exchange between them.
Pretty even. Good thing that Jacques decided to keep those Barbarians in his deck to counter. Like if it were me personally, it's like, oh my gosh, I got all these air units. I might change it to an air unit, but Jacques is like, all right, no, I'm sticking with the Barbs, and it did him good.
Yeah, and definitely as the Royal Giant player, you're in a Lava Hound deck. You're not expecting to see the Barbs in there necessarily. You're thinking, okay, Tombstone, they're going to use that to delay, and then maybe something else. But, here the Barbs are just such a strong counter. Oh, and an Inferno Dragon. Yeah, you definitely see that in Lava Hound decks a lot. So a great counter as well. And they're following up. Oh, Barbarians of his own.
All
Yep,
right,
this is a
for the
pretty
tank.
known wrinkle here.
The Inferno Dragon's not going to connect to the Royal Giant right away. Finally, it does connect, but 2 shots already down. 3 shots, 4 shots. Oh,
The
3
Tombstone
shots.
did not
Yeah.
change the Royal Giant's direction there. Now in the top right, we've got a decent-sized push. Fireball deletes that flying machine. It does not get through. A little bit of damage done to this Musketeer, but not much. So, looks like
Here we
Jacques
go,
is
right
in trouble.
away.
Jai just wants to try to finish this. He's got to drop the Barbarians right away. Barbarian barrels countering each other here. So, the Royal Giant gets another shot in, but that's it that time. So, good defense from Jacques.
That was good defense, but sticking on the right side for Jacques is not the ideal thing to do. There we go. Finally, he tries to kind of switch up the lanes to go back to his lane where he got some HP down on the left side, but still, Jai knows he doesn't need to defend that just one Lava Hound coming to a 1500 HP Princess Tower, right?
Yeah, and
He
Jacques,
look at this, it's
just-
over.
He just dropped his Barbarians into the Fire Spirits from the Furnace there, and they got tore up. And Jai showing us a nice Royal Giant deck. Some good play there from him, and like
That's
you
a
were saying,
2-0.
yeah, it's whoa.
That's a quick 2-0.
That was 4 games. Just
Yeah.
Bren Esports just swept them.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Out of nowhere, and like I said before, we haven't seen Jai play a lot of 1v1s this season yet, and Jai coming out, I guess, kind of countering whatever Jacques brought out. Unfortunately, because when Jacques came out with the Expo deck, Jai brought out all the air decks, all the air cards, and now in the second game, he came out with the Lava Hound, which is slow, and just the Lava Hound itself locking onto the Princess Tower is not going to do too much damage. Brought out the Royal Giant to counter it right away. Just ignore the Lava Hound for the time being and just do more damage.
Yeah, and it's less elixir.
Yeah, exactly.
6
so,
versus 7.
wow.
Yeah, definitely. I find the Royal Giant when I'm going up against a Lava, just a regular Lava Hound, not Lava Loon, to be a favorable matchup. But that is it. That was a quick one ending. We are going to be taking a break relatively shortly. There's our little baby dragon plushie. I want one of those. But coming up next, guys, we have Detonation Gaming versus Sandbox Gaming, Japan and Korea, for our second match of the day. Stay tuned. Welcome back to Clash Royale League Asia. We are at the Seoul OGN E-Stadium here. Paper thin and ending life, bringing you the second match of the day. We had Bren Esports with a clean sweep over Talon, taking our first match. Now we move on. Ending.
Yeah, 2 clean sweeps. It's none of the games went to set 3. It wasn't. None of them was like a 2-1. It was a 2-0, 2-0 clean sweep, 4-0. But now on the screen here, Detonation Gaming. Let's hope that neither of Detonation Gaming or Sandbox will, get clean sweep. Show us some good games.
Yeah, you want to see like really these teams duke it out and really kind of go the distance. Absolutely. We'll see what happens here. Detonation. It hasn't been the best of starts for them this season. They're 0-2, going up against Sandbox, who is also 0-2. So this is a big match for these two teams because you want to wipe that 0 off the board.
Exactly.
But only one team comes away with it. The other one will be 0-3 after this. So let's take a look over at Sandbox. Ito, Greed, Sato, Shinshu. So it's been a tough go for both of them, both these teams. And I'll be curious to see what lineups they're going to put at us today, if they're going to mix things up. I suspect they probably will because of the struggles they've had.
Exactly. On the side of Detonation Gaming, it's been for the 2v2 at least. Lewis and Hane have been going up for the 2v2s for the last 2 matches that we've seen them play. But like you said, Paperton, both of these teams, they need some kind of change, whether it be a lineup, whether it be, practicing new kind of decks to surprise your opponent. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that we're going to be seeing some changes. But on the side of Sandbox, same thing for Sandbox. Ito and Shinshu, all right, so they are together. I was going to say they've been the 2v2ers for Sandbox this season, and it seems like they're going to stick together. However, on the side of Detonation Gaming, it's been Lewis and Hane, but now they put Tempura in there instead of Hane.
Yeah, they've been struggling in their 2v2s with Lewis and Hane. So mixing it up here. Just a little bit with Tempura, who is a 1v1 player. He won the one set that he won against KK, actually, from GameWith. So, yeah, a little bit of a change here, banning out Tornado and the Lumberjack for this 2v2. That's interesting. I mean, it kind of makes sense because Lumberjack is just basically in
every deck
in 2v2. I guess maybe you want to run some Lava Hound stuff here, and you're afraid of the Royal Giant. Yeah. Because you have to have Lumberjack with Royal Giant to give it that rage, so it gets its shots in. But we'll see exactly how the 2v2 plays out. That'll be Rhea and Greed for the 1v1. We'll get to that shortly. A big 2v2 to start here, though.
Yeah, so the bans are not surprising. To be honest, I always thought before when the Lumberjacks, wasn't banned. We saw Inferno Tower being banned, or we've seen sometimes, the big Royal Giants or Lava Hound being banned. But Lumberjack, I think it's like the playmaker. It can defend very well against ground units. It also gives that rage after it dies. So it does. It's like a 1-in-2 or 2-in-1 rather. 2-in-1. Kind of sale when you go to a store, like 2+1, and Lumberjack is that good. And finally, Lumberjack being banned here, I want to see how these teams utilize and replace the Lumberjack in their decks.
Yeah, absolutely. It leaves the door open for a few other things. Like if you still want to play Royal Giant, you can try the Giant Skeleton variant. Lava Hound is very, very useful here. The cycle decks, like the Hog Cycle type stuff with the God Barrel and that kind of thing, definitely still in play as well. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the Lumberjack has such high DPS, and it's a decent amount of hit points. Not a ton, but decent. Yeah. And yeah, it's a great card, but it's not here today. Yeah. We need to see some other stuff. I don't think we'll see something like Golem, because usually you're running Lumberjack with that too. Yeah. But maybe? I don't know. You never know. These players are always doing new and inventive stuff. And they've got tricks up their sleeves. Maybe somebody will try some Balloon. So, this is the first game here between Detonation Gaming and Sandbox Gaming. Our first 2v2 of match number 2.
All right. 2 going. No Lumberjack. Lumberjack is just too good. Really
It's so
fast
good.
attack. I love it.
In 2v2, it's so strong.
Yeah, especially in 2v2. Here we go.
Skeletons and bats just to
Cycle
cycle
through.
through. Ooh, Ice Spirit, though. Yeah, we see that quite a bit. Guess the jump doesn't.
It feels good to land that first shot.
Let's get it. Okay, Dark Prince.
All right.
So now this is interesting.
Dragon.
Is it going to be? Yep, giant.
Yeah.
Yep.
The baby dragon is gonna get its full value here with the giant coming through as well. It's gonna tank the Mega Minion in the back.
Yep. So they're gonna try the Prince variant here. Is Detonation Gaming on the giant deck? The Earthquake immediately coming out to help deal with. There's just the rage spell itself. They wanted it so much anyway. They brought it in. Lightning there cleans up the Musketeer, but the Prince is still going to town onto that giant skeleton.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of damage from the giant skeleton bomb, though.
All right. Well, either way, no Lumberjack. Like you said, Paper Thin, they're gonna bring out the rage. The Ice Wizard comes through. It's not gonna do too much. It's damage is low. Baby
It
Dragon
doesn't.
is brought down.
Yeah, it doesn't fare well against Baby Dragon, especially under a tower. So
Yeah, exactly.
nothing doing there. So far, a little bit in favor of Detonation Gaming here. Trying to find the right cycle.
And also for Detonation Gaming, they both have Earthquake, and that Infernal Tower is just going to suffer. And the Prince actually lands on that Princess Tower.
That's big. They don't even need to
Oh,
waste their spells
gosh.
on the Inferno Tower. That is pointless.
Yeah.
Because the fact the charge came through there for the Prince. Wow.
Yeah, you notice that Sandbox Gaming, they put down everything to try to block that charge, but unfortunately, it's already landed. They didn't push it back to change the aggro, so that Prince did a ton of damage to the right. Sandbox trying to switch it up to the left.
Yep, a big lightning there to get a little extra damage from the Royal Giant. Gets about 4 shots off there.
He was not hitting the Inferno Tower, unfortunately.
Yep, the Prince getting distracted by the guards here. Good guard placement. Now the Prince is underneath that Inferno Tower himself. An Earthquake was used, but it wasn't quite enough. Take down that Inferno Tower. Minion, Mega Minion. Will finish off the Giant Skeleton. So yeah, it looks like they wanted to try sandbox the Royal Giant Skeleton variation, but the way that this deck goes with the Princes, they do a lot of DPS.
Well, now they have Poison, they have Snowball, they have Earthquake, everything on the right side, and it is over for the first game.
Yeah.
Clean win.
So it's tough when you're playing the Royal Giant stuff there because it's really expensive to do it, to do the Giant Skeleton and the Royal Giant, whereas it's so much cheaper to be playing the Giant and the Princes. And the Prince has really high DPS, so it's a really unfavorable trade for both the Royal Giant and the Giant Skeleton. And a few other things, of course, in there to distract. You don't have, like I said, because we don't have the Lumberjack, you can't run the normal Royal Giant kind of setup we've been seeing.
I'm gonna be honest here. I think it was just Sandbox's mistake to allow that Prince to land on that Princess Tower.
True.
In the first place.
True.
Because it's not like they had like 0 elixirs to kind of put down whatever. Like right now, they definitely had enough elixirs to put down. I think it may have been a miscommunication there to see who puts what down. And then when that Prince actually landed on that Princess Tower, both of them started putting down everything. So it could have been a communication issue, but either way, I think it was Sandbox's mistake to allow that Prince to land, which made this game go this way.
Yeah. I think though, even on the left-hand side, they were still out muscling Sandbox there a little bit. I mean, yeah, they were. Sandbox was finding their rotations a little bit better, but not much was really getting through. They were able to defend fairly well there. I mean, the Lightning, it helps clean up stuff like the, E-Wiz or the Musketeer in that case. But it only does like half damage to the Prince. The Prince is just like, okay, you just reset my charge.
I have my shield.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though he doesn't.
it's
like
the
Dark Prince.
The Dark Prince has a
No,
shield.
but I'm saying the Prince is definitely tanky enough.
Yeah.
To kind of make it feel like he has a shield.
All right. Well, game number 2 between Sandbox and Detonation. Detonation taking game number 1. Let's see if they can keep it going, or can Ito and Shinshu turn this around? What changes will you see? There's the Lava Hound, and there is the Giant. So it looks like Detonation is going to kind of stick with what works, and Sandbox is going to mix things up here immediately. Get that Inferno Tower. Is there an Earthquake this time? Rage.
All right, there we go.
Yep.
Rage double earthquake there to clean that thing up.
So I think they're just going to try to outmuscle
Yeah.
him here. They don't care. They're not even trying to defend. An Electro is to slow things down, but they're more worried about getting these units up in the top left to do more damage. But it's a little bit ahead in favor of Sandbox so far.
Yeah, definitely. It's because of that Mega Minion. Like I said, it's always Lava Hound locking onto the tower. It's not going to be too bothersome, but with a supporting unit like that in the back, just doing free damage. It's
That poor Electro is just later, bro.
Here we go. Now Sandbox, all they need to do is just focus on the left side.
Ooh, and an Inferno Drag. A nice little wrinkle here from Sandbox, switching things up a little bit from the previous round.
Here we go.
Miner coming in as well. Trying to buy some time.
All right, that push coming through by that snowball. Rage is put down again, but the Infernal Tower this time around stays alive for quite a while. Oh! The
Does
Prince
get the
land.
charge. So, but they still came out unfavorably overall.
Yeah.
They're a little bit behind here, our Detonation Gaming. They're having a tough time getting these pushes to get all the way through while leaving pushes from Sandbox undefended. And trying to take a bit of a gamble with that. And so far hasn't quite paid off. Ooh, no, that Prince isn't supposed to do that!
Prince!
Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. The Rage still does go down. The Dark Prince is actually replaced in the back. And there we go. They both land. Dark Prince and the Giant is hitting that Prince's Tower.
I think the Dark Prince didn't get his charge damage. I think the guards came down just in time.
Yeah, I saw at the end, I think.
Balloon.
Dark Prince.
Balloon in the pocket. This is super dangerous. Do they have anything to stop this? They already used a snowball on that last push, so they can't knock it off. It's got the drop. That will be 2 Princess Towers down here for Detonation Gaming. They're going to have to find a way to make this last push, get the Rage down. I think it will be enough here to delete those 2 towers. All right, so now they've got the advantage a little bit. They have to finish off that last Princess Tower. Plenty of time to do it. 10 seconds and quite a bit of damage being done to the King Tower.
All right, well, now we see the King Tower difference, the damage. Sandbox had the advantage for quite a while. Now they're going to try to finish this off, I guess, with the Lava Hound and the Balloon.
Not a lot of air defense here. They're going to use the snowball to back it off.
Fireball as well.
Oh,
okay,
the drops.
1 drop.
Okay, just 1 drop. The pups are going to do a little bit of damage. Musketeer in the back to clean all that up. All right, this is pretty darn even right now.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, the fact that Detonation Gaming had such an advantage after getting the Princess Towers down, that even when they took that Lava Hound Balloon damage, it's still even, like you said. So we'll see how this push comes through here with both of the Princes down there.
Yeah, Earthquake but the Giant did not get a punch. The Earthquake took it out. A lot of that did some extra damage there, but fairly well defended here by Sandbox. Let's see if they opt to set up for their own pushes.
Yeah, the Lava Hound Balloon's coming out here. This is no surprise.
Just not a lot of air defense here.
All right, well, the Balloon this time around does go down pretty quickly. Same goes with the Lava Hound. Does not do too much damage, but look at the King Tower HP go down by the spell.
Just trading ever so slightly. Here comes the Rage. They're just trying to sneak it in before they have a chance to get the Inferno Tower down. A lot of guards coming through. An Earthquake to try to deal with those guards and the Inferno Tower that never appeared. So they did get a bit of damage off of that push, enough that they probably feel pretty good about it, but I think we're about to see. Okay, they're going to try to race them.
Yeah, this is the race.
No counter here, just trying to defend our Sandbox there. Down to
Infernal Dragon gets pushed back by the snowball and dies.
Wow.
Oh, geez.
747 to 538.
And
now,
Lava Hound, you got to do something quick. Just spell everything.
It's okay. They don't want it to break apart the pups. They just got to keep that baby dragon distracted for now. A poison and there's the electricity.
And the pups
that electricity, they get it over the top.
Oh, the top left. They do get that push with the Earthquake and the spells to finish things off here.
Woo.
Wow. I think this was one of those exciting 2v2s that we haven't seen in a while.
That was a really good one.
Yeah. That was fun.
Crazy.
They were trading. It's fun because
I didn't know which one to watch.
I
I don't know which King Tower to watch, guys. Like it's like both of them are so close to dead, and I'm like, all right, well, there's the Lava Hound down here, and I'm like, okay, up there it's Giants and the Princes. I don't know. An Earthquake, so am I.
Yeah, but a 2-0 win on the side of Detonation Gaming. Like I said before, they put Hane onto the bench, the 4th player. They bring Tempura up, and unfortunately for Sandbox, they kept Ito and Shinchu, and they lost once again. I think it's time for Sandbox to start switching things up.
Maybe switch up a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. It's 2v2.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird, like, merry-go-round.
Yeah.
You're trying to find like a teammate you can communicate well with, a teammate who has a similar idea of how you want to play, and then also, you know, being able to think what the other team's going to do and counter what they do. It's hard. It's really, really hard because there's a lot of variation to be had in 2v2. Like, yes, it seems pretty standard on the surface. It's like, okay, well, they're going to play like Royal Giant, Lava Hound, you know, Balloon Giant, but it's the little twists and, you know, changes that you make, you know, overall in the cards. That maybe you know, change 1 or 2 cards here or there that really make a difference.
Yeah, especially this is the highlight for game 2, but like, you know, the first game when the Prince landed on Sandbox's Princess Tower, I was talking about those kind of things, the small things that, you know, end up giving you the win, and the small mistakes that make you lose at the end.
Oh, a log. They saved the log for the very end. This is really interesting. And
so
then
here
they're
with the
able to
earthquake and the
Prince. Yep. Nothing was ready to stop that Prince. They committed too much to the bottom there.
They wanted to finish it. It sucks because if that Lava Hound was a Royal Giant, like I think it could have been a different situation, especially for Detonation Gaming, because Lava Hound, like you said before, like we always say, when it locks onto the King or the Princess Tower, it's not gonna do a lot.
You have a lot of time
to
kind of decide what you want to do. It gives you a little bit, you know, it's not like something like the Royal Giant or even the Giant that once it starts hitting the tower, it's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Really fast. So Lava Hound is a little weird because it, you know, you have, all right, are you going to wait for it to break into the pups, you know, and then do something like drop your Electro Whiz or Snowball, that kind of thing. So, all right. Well, moving on to the 1v1. Let's talk about this. Rhea and Greed.
All right.
What are we thinking here?
Well, we do have the Graveyard and the Lumberjack band, and this is because Rhea loves the Lumberjack. He loves running the Royal Giant and the Lumberjack combo, the Royal Giant deck, in the 1v1. So that's why Greed, I think it's obvious that Greed didn't like that. He wanted to kind of force Rhea to get out of his comfort zone with that deck. So hence the Lumberjack ban. But on the side of Greed, to be honest, he didn't play in the first 3 matches of, well, the first match. But in match 9, he started playing, and he had so many 1v1 wins. And yeah, overall, he likes the Lava Hound. He uses the Lava Hound deck quite a lot, as well as the Graveyard. So he used like 2 Lava Hound decks, 2 Graveyard decks out of the 6 games that he played. That's why I think the Graveyard was banned for Rhea. So we'll see what kind of deck Greed and Rhea both bring out, but I think Greed, in a way, has more variety of decks that he has shown us so far.
Fair enough. I think then if Rhea still wants to play Royal Giant, he's got some options available. He can try the Barbarian's Musketeer variation. Yeah. That doesn't use the Lumberjack, so he could try that instead if that's what he wants to do. But Barbarian Barrel doesn't take as much. E-Wiz, you know, this could still be a few other things. Poison coming down. Gonna mop up that E-Wiz there. Bye-bye, E-Wiz. Maybe not quite, but the E-Wiz won't do any damage to the Princess. It does get, okay, I thought. Gets taken out by the Poison. Guards here for Rhea and a Miner. So probably not a Royal Giant deck.
All right, well, we do have both of them. Defensive Miner coming from Greed here. All right. Well, you know, I gotta say, Greed in match 9. Yeah,
about. Yep.
There we go.
Ooh, Prince. Okay.
All right.
So this definitely there's an Inferno Tower here for Rhea, almost certainly for his defense. It could be something else, but typically you see Inferno Tower in one of these slots. So the real question is going to be which version of the Prince Miner stuff is he going for here?
Exactly. The Inferno Tower is down, as you say. Greed is just, you know, checking and, you know, forcing out the cards with the Lava Hound here. He's not going to kind of support it with anything else.
Yeah, the real question is this a Musketeer behind this? Is this something? There's a lot of other weird stuff you can run. It could even be a balloon. There's the last card, we're not too sure yet. And we'll see. Electro Wizard here once again, dealing with the Mega Minion. We see the Barbarians once again in our Lava Hound deck from Greed. So we saw that in the first 1v1, and now we see it again. Defensive Miner forced out here. Doesn't get a shot.
Another Lava Hound. Pretty sure this time he may just put down like a baby dragon or
Okay, just a Mega Minion.
back.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Last card there.
Doesn't seem like there we go, the baby dragon. Last card probably gonna be like a snowball or probably not the second.
Yeah,
It'd be the best if he had Zap.
we don't see it too much. Snowball's been pretty up in favor due to its versatility. Miner coming through here, going to tank some damage here, so the baby dragon gets some shots onto the tower. Ewiz comes to change the target. Not too bad of a push there by Greed. Getting a fair amount of damage in here. A snowball.
Okay, snowball.
You know, pushing things apart. Baby dragon as well. I love the noise the Electro makes when he's slowed. Slap.
And here we go, the Infernal Tower.
Big push. Big
It is. The pups, definitely,
Pups
but the defensive poison here is actually going to allow and buy Rhea some time. We always say when the defensive poison is used that, you know, we never want to use poison defensively.
Good
if we don't have
barbarian placement there. The Miner not able to get any extra chip damage. So far, so good here for Greed since we got to double elixir. He's starting to come back in this match.
Oh, there we go, the poison. They want to use the poison this way. Infernal Tower just put up in the front, in the face. Doesn't want the pups to come across.
The Prince!
Oh!
Just in the nick of time is that snowball.
Yeah, they're both just defending hard right now. They want to kind of make breathing room for themselves to kind of counter after the defense.
And a bit of a cycle change here for Rhea. Now he's much more willing to use that poison, save it for when he sees either the Barbarians or the Tombstone here. You know, use it to protect his Miner and the Prince, but the Prince doesn't fare so well against that many Barbarians. Inferno Tower trying to defend this push. Very good guards. Very good, but they get pushed back by the snowball, so a few extra hits there.
Here we go, the pups are alive, but the U is coming down. Going to get rid of that with the baby dragon. Here we go, the Miner takes away the aggro from the baby dragon here on the side of Greed.
Yeah, but the Barbarians were able to prevent the Miner from doing any damage. So the only damage he's getting out of that push is from the poison. Barbarian Barrel cleans up those Barbarians. Here we go.
Lava Hound was put down at the bridge. Unfortunately,
the
Inferno Tower.
It's on the Inferno Tower. And the snowball to try to protect the Miner didn't really accomplish, but both pups are locked on. Ewiz just in the nick of time.
Yeah, had to be put down here. Very close. 721 versus 494.
Yep.
Both of them have poison.
Yep, I think we're going to see the poison come out probably here.
Yeah.
Just
it
a
should
second.
be. Yeah, there we
yeah,
go.
There we go. There you go. He was waiting to make sure he got all the skeletons on that tombstone.
There we go. Now this may just be the last push for Greed.
Yeah, this push has to work here for Greed.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be the last push. He's gonna ignore it. The Miner goes through.
He just needs
Defensive
the poison.
Miner.
He just needs the poison.
Will
it be in time? The Lava Hound splits. It's going to be down to the last second. The poison as well here. Ewiz changes the target and just in time. Rhea. Whoa.
19 HP left. Wow.
That was crazy good. These games between these two teams, so good. So good.
Jeez. Look, Greed.
Oh
you
my
see his disappointment. He knows it was such a close game. He wouldn't have this expression if he just got, swept. Like if there's no chance for Greed to win in that game, he wouldn't be disappointed. He'll be like, all right, I got outplayed. But this game was so close that, wow.
Really good play by both players here.
Yeah, I gotta say, Rhea with that Inferno Tower just getting rid of the Lava Hound every single time with the Ewiz to get rid of that pups as well.
Yeah.
Just perfectly played on the side of Rhea. And I gotta compliment Greed because even with such a tight defense on Rhea's side, Greed was able to match him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, both players were playing incredible defense. Doing a very good job guessing at each other's Miner placement. And using units that are good at defending against Miner because there's more than one, so it's more likely that the Miner is going to lock onto the units and not the Princess Tower itself. But overall, really high-level play. Really good stuff there. That was a lot of fun to watch. My goodness, that was so close at the end. Just squeaking it out was Rhea. But timeout here from Sandbox Agreed. This is match point already
Wow, again?
We're on match point. So if Rhea can take this, that's the end for Sandbox. It's going to be interesting. Did Talon even take timeout?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they did. They never even used their timeout,
yeah,
did
they
they?
just went
In
straight,
the first match.
Oh.
I mean, I don't really blame them. I think coming into this, these teams are really well prepared. I mean, you can see like on that, I guarantee on that notebook, there is like 8, at least 8 decks that he's looking at possibly using. And, you know, they're very, very well prepared. They've practiced these decks a lot. So you know, they just want to talk about it, make sure Greed is okay here. Greed's been very solid in 1v1 so far this season. Right, he won his 1v1 set he did. It was a 2-0, and then he had 2 King of the Hill wins and a loss that same day against Talon. So far he's been good.
Yeah,
but we got Rhea looking strong.
Yeah, definitely looking strong. Wow, but I gotta say, you know, that first match, that first game, it's not. It was too close to say who played better. They both played good.
Yeah.
Even Greed with that loss was a good play in that first game.
Yeah, that was extremely close, but this is game number 2 between Greed and Rhea. Rhea besting Greed in game number 1. Can Greed turn this around and save the match here for Sandbox Gaming? They are on match point already. He needs to win 2 in a row to send it to the King of the Hill. Can he do it? Both players are going to chew their elixir and then spit it out later. Well, actually, they can't. They just swallow it because it goes into the void. Goes into the elixir black hole. Okay, a zap, just a cycle.
But yeah, I was going to say, before we see any cards coming out from Greed, there we go, Bandit on the side of Rhea. But Greed has shown us some crazy decks with, like, Rascal, Infernal Tower, and Skull Barrel, like, kind of variation.
The Skull Barrel.
Yeah,
that's right.
So, like, you know, we don't usually see it, but Greed was able to bring that out and take a win. So we'll see if he brings out anything crazy, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like we're going to see. Oh, Ram Rider.
All right, so this looks like one of those Ram Rider, either P.E.K.K.A. or
could be a Mega Knight. Yeah, we've seen Ram Rider, Mega Knight.
We've seen both behind the Ram Rider. We'll see what they've got in store for us, though. Up in the top, that smells possibly like well, it's weird because you don't have the Lumberjack, so it's not going to be the typical. It's not going to be the typical decks you would see.
The funny
with those
thing
combinations.
is, the funny thing is with the Lumberjack out, it's like it can't. It's always like it can't be a typical without Lumberjack.
Yeah, I was thinking Golem or Royal Giant.
Yeah,
is my initial kind of sense with that setup, but we'll see. I'm curious to see what he's got in store there.
All right, well, Infernal Dragon coming down. They're not. They're just gonna keep showing and cycling through until they get a slight advantage to kind of.
Don't look at their hands. Don't let them show the cards. I don't want to know. It's supposed to be a secret.
Don't say that. That's our cheat key. Just in case, but yeah.
Oh, Ram Rider gets through there. Gets its charge. Okay, he's just gonna bridge
them.
Okay, it is a golem. It is a golem. Okay.
Mega Knight.
Mega Knight. Yep, we got the Mega Knight variation of the Ram Rider deck.
Not surprising.
Nope.
Yeah, we've seen this. There we go. Prince, okay.
Prince, yep.
Prince in the back.
Very good, very good. Oh, a zap coming in here to slow things up.
For the Prince.
Yep.
Get the charge damage.
That
Snowball.
Snowball pushes it off of the golem. It has to reset that.
Defensive poison coming through.
Yep, yep. He has to defend. He has to defend this here. He cannot take much more damage in area, so it's ahead.
Lightning.
No, the lightning. That means the Barbarian's going to come in and get a couple chops. That's 158 damage per swing from the Barbarian. That ain't what you want to have happen there. Ram Rider coming through. Prince and Mega Minion to defend. It gets snowballed back as well, so that is one very dead Ram Rider. The Inferno Dragon following suit right behind it. E-Wiz to stop the charge of the Prince.
Bandit, charge.
End to divert. End to divert the attention off of the E-Wiz. Barb Barrel there.
Ooh, the Bandit actually does get that charge off on that Barbarian from the Barb Barrel. Wow.
And here goes the Mega Knight. Rawr. Jump damage. Takes out those shields. All right. Inferno Dragon behind this push here. I don't know.
He's gonna poison, yeah.
Yeah, he's got the poison.
This is basically just a time to do damage with the spells. If he's gonna drop down that Prince or even the Golem.
Right, and he wants to prevent the Golem
ever
seeing the board again. He wants to keep everything on Greed's side. He is just ever so slightly ahead, and the only time Greed got any damage done was when the golem was allowed to make its way forward. So he just keeps cycling here. He's just going to bridge
not
spam.
Gonna give him, he's not going to give him any time like you said, Paper.
But the Prince coming down there does so much damage, and he gets basically nothing. And that's a problem.
That's a good trade right there with the Bandit.
Yep. Bandit, of course, invulnerable.
Yep.
Turn that jump, so it's a nice little counter to the Prince there. Double bar barrels.
Ooh!
His guards get deleted just in time. He gets the Prince
And the
down.
Ram Rider is down this time.
Oh, it gets slowed.
Yep.
It will probably
Not
go
gonna-
down here. Oh,
Oh.
just doesn't get through. Now the Bandit lock on, though. It does.
Oh, it does
Gets its
lock
dash
on.
damage, and it is pounding away there. 326 left on that top left
Oh,
Princess
gosh,
Tower.
Mega Knight
And
coming down.
this is just relentless here from Rhea. It's going to take a poison and a little bit more.
Well, as you've seen, Rhea just cycling through. He's going to poison and zap and poison, or poison, zap, zap. Either one is going to be very dangerous.
He zapped the golem here. Wants to buy as much time as he can. If that Ram Rider gets through, it's GG. Guards coming in to try to
Oh, it's going to land! Wow. Congrats to Rhea, because he definitely knew how he wanted to play right after he saw the golem from Greed.
Yep.
But I did not expect 2-0 from Rhea versus Greed. I thought this was going to go all the way to game 3.
I thought so.
Yeah.
I thought Greed had a real chance here to turn this around and send it to the King of the Hill.
Yeah.
He's been a very strong 1v1. Oh man.
Gosh, Rhea.
He feels good. He just brought his team their first win of the season. So, to 1-2 on the season are Detonation Gaming. Sandbox falls to 0-3. Really good games, though. Really, some really close games. Some of the closest games we've seen here in Clash Royale League Asia this season.
Yeah, the funny thing is, like, when it goes to like game 3 or game 5, we see some one-sided games. But even though right now, Detonation Gaming already won 2-0 against Sandbox, but it was so close in all the games, even in the 2v2s.
It was.
Yeah.
That was so close.
It's kind of weird to see a one-sided game on paper, but in the game, during the game, it's so close.
It is.
Yeah.
And these Japanese teams have been consistently strong, especially outside of their own region. They generally fare pretty well. They've been historically, outside of King Zone, are better teams. So, we are moving on to Game With versus OP.GAMING, our last game of the day. Guys, stick with us. We will be back very, very soon here at Clash Royale League Asia. Welcome back, everyone. This is Clash Royale League Asia. Papers did an ending here. And if you're just tuning in, guys, we're already through 2 matches.
Yep.
Normally around this time, you feel like, okay, we might have finished the first match if it goes to King of the Hill. But no, 2-0, 2-0 to start. And in fact, clean sweeps across the board here ending. And now we have the 2 strongest teams so far in this season of Clash Royale League Asia in Group A.
Yep.
OP.GAMING and GameWith. We're looking at GameWith first.
Yep, we do. GameWith currently, regarding all the stats and the crowns, they are all the way at the top. They are first place for now. And OP.GAMING following them in second place. But like you said, GameWith and OP.GAMING, the 2 top teams in Group A, will duke it out. And depending on what happens here, you know, the placements may change. It may stay the same. OP.GAMING may drop down a little bit more. But we'll have to see what happens here. But like we said, this is the top 2 of Group A. I don't expect this game to go 2-0. So, you know, we're in for a treat for some good games.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very, very close series. I can't imagine one of these teams just clean sweeping the other. There's just too much talent on both sides here. So, let's take a look at OP.GAMING now. They, of course, picking up Expo Master, have looked very strong this season, rounding out their roster. Asher, Dabong TV, Wichan, Ho, and Huni. We saw a little bit of everything from them so far. They've kind of mixed up their lineups. You know, we saw Expo Master go to the 2v2 in the second day, or the third day, excuse me, when they played for the second time. And we saw Asher play the 1v1 and he won.
Yep.
So they're really, really good.
Yeah, they definitely kind of switch things up, and they still come out on top. They still do well. We've seen a lot of Expo and Ho, like you said, but now we'll see if they switch things up again, because a team that's able to switch up rosters, you know, put a player in 2v2, put a player in 1v1 that played 2v2 previously, you know, and they are still able to come out on top, is a team that's actually strong. Whereas, you know, a team that's only able to keep, you know, 2 people on that 2v2, even though they're losing, for example, Sandbox, you know, they didn't switch out their players when they needed to. We'll see. But for now, we do have a switch out here. Ho is actually on the 1v1 here.
Oh, wow. Okay, so Expo Master staying in the 2v2. That's pretty interesting. They really, really want to shore up that 2v2, make sure they're winning those, so putting their best player up there. And Yakitori and Yui Hiro undefeated in 2v2. They're pretty good. They're pretty good. Banning out the Baby Dragon. Tornado banned here from OP.GAMING. So pretty much anything is available. All your options are open. It's not like banning the Lumberjack where you kind of have to think about changing up your ideas of certain types of decks. This pretty much leaves the door open for just about anything.
Yeah, but we saw the Lumberjack ban, and we saw what the players decided to do. They just decided to bring the rage.
yeah. If you can't bring the Lumberjack,
bring the rage.
Bring the rage instead.
But yeah, you know,
so Lumberjack ban, you think, oh yeah, I'm gonna be clever. They aren't gonna be able to use it. And then they're just like, nah, bro, we're just gonna rage.
Yeah, we're just gonna rage. Yeah, it's cheap. You know, it's not going to get the damage that the Lumberjack does, but still able to give that Royal Giant that boost. But we'll see if a GameWith versus OP.GAMING will show us that or something else.
Yeah, I mean, I think just, you know, Baby Dragon is, like we've been talking about all season, so strong in the meta right now. And, you know, I think Yakitori and Yui Hiro have been using it a lot. So it's just kind of like something maybe from OP.GAMING to just try to throw off, you know, the rhythm where they're kind of, they're thinking. You know, their movement patterns, their thought patterns, that kind of thing. Yeah,
because we've seen the Baby Dragon banned, and we saw some players still going with the deck that needed or required Baby Dragon, but replaced it with the Flying Machine, and it you know, it kind of works out. It's different. It doesn't have to splash, and the Flying Machine is not as tanky, but it's still good in the range. So yeah, I guess we may see some replacements for the Baby Dragon if they don't want to just switch out and not use a deck that requires Baby Dragon. But like you said, Baby Dragon is so in the meta right now, like that it goes with basically anything.
Yeah,
like,
there's
if you want to put it in, like, okay, it could work.
There's very few decks that I'm not like, oh, I can see Baby Dragon. You know, no, there are definitely some, but it's just a very, very well balanced card all around. So this is a really exciting matchup here because both of these teams have been quite good in their 2v2s. We are about to get into this. It is Game With versus OP Gaming. Game number 1 of our 2v2 set. I want to see some clone. I want clone. I don't feel like it that either team is actually going to do it, but that's what I want. It's what I want in my life. Okay, Hog Rider, Lumberjack, right out the bat. Bats and Mega Minion coming down there, as well as a Mini P.E.K.K.A. So the Mini P.E.K.K.A, we're seeing it a little bit more, a very strong counter to the Royal Giant and other beatdown units. So it gets wrapped up there by the Mega Minion. They throw some bats in to deal with it as well. Lava Hound here. And the balloon right behind it.
Away. Okay, they're not going to even waste time here, but the bats... Okay, get it cleaned up. I was going to say, if the Inferno Tower locks onto the bats, this is going to be trouble.
And a freeze and double guards here, so this should be pretty decent defense, but that Hog Rider does get a couple of hits in. The tower locks on to the Lava Hound, which is what you want if you got to get a drop in. Just stopped short. But now the pups are going to town.
Yep.
Snowball backs them off.
So much damage.
Snowball resets them onto the Barbarians as well. Or just the Barbarian.
Yeah, the Barbarian.
The Barbarian.
The Barbarian.
I say Barbarian way too much these days.
Well, they've been coming out a lot, so.
Should we just call it B-Barrel?
B-Barrel?
BB?
BB?
I don't know. I'm trying to, like, it's such a mouthful to say, the Barbarians are fighting the Barbarians. It's like, well, that's, I sound like, I don't know.
But here we go, Hog Rider. Oh, that bomb tower is going to do work there, even with the bats.
Yeah, Ice Golem gets a couple snacks in there himself. You don't usually get to see him swing those big arms.
All right, Inferno Tower down for the Lava Hound. Oh, this time around, the bats will lock on. I mean, not the bats will lock on. The Inferno Tower will lock onto the bats, and look at the balloon. Oh, okay.
Defensive freeze.
They had to. They had to.
Look how much health this Lava Hound still has. A ton. Now, what's interesting is they knocked the Death Bomb from the balloon out of range of the tower, so they aren't suffer that damage, but they will suffer a little bit from the pups and the fireball, and they have to use an Ice Golem to deflect here.
Yep.
So
they're going to have to defend this, and for Game With, they have to switch their attack to the left side now to kind of keep away OP Gaming from taking and poking down the right side damage here.
Yep.
Oh, but they're not going to give up. They're not going to give up. They're going to just continue. Mini P.E.K.K.A is down. The freeze is down. The bomb tower is finished.
Yeah, and that'll be it for the Princess Tower as well. A little bit early on that Mini P.E.K.K.A, I believe. They knew the freeze was coming. They got to be a little more patient. The snowball coming in. This tower is almost within range of the fireball. Now it definitely is, but it looks like they're just going to let it die to the Lava Hound. There's no reason to waste a spell there. Mini P.E.K.K.A trying to clean up some stuff. Here comes the Lumberjack. And the Earthquake now here. That is big. And a poison. So a lot of damage could come through here. Ooh, just one swing though.
Just one swing. Since the King Tower is activated with the Bomb Tower, getting the damage onto the Hog Rider is not going to get too much. But here we go. They're not going to rest. Lumberjack, this time around, it's the Inferno Tower. It does lock on, but the freeze.
It's okay. A couple of the guards were out of the freeze range. Good placement there on those guards to keep them away from that freeze, knowing that either some kind of spell was going to come down on top of the Inferno Tower.
Yep. Before the rage runs out, they try to send it in again, but the Bomb Tower
well placed, putting it further away, buying them a little more time. Immediately, bats come down onto that Inferno Tower to buy time for the push. And oh my goodness, that almost got pushed into the tower.
Yeah, the death damage actually does go through. The Musketeer does go down by the fireball. Lava Hound locked on here with the guards put it in the pocket, trying to support this Lava Hound push.
E-Wiz comes in to clean up the pups. A little bit of damage there, so a slight advantage here for Game With so far. There's that Earthquake right on top of that Inferno Tower, but the Mini P.E.K.K.A this time immediately drops outside of where it would normally be frozen. So good placement there with that Mini P.E.K.K.A.
So, you know, they're rotating the Bomb Tower and the Inferno Tower, and it's actually doing pretty good. But all the spell damage from the Earthquake and the Poison continuously being put down because OP Gaming is going with the Cycle deck. But this time around, Game With, gonna try this.
Rage
Tower is put down.
They're trying to get through.
Oh, the
freeze, defensive freeze again. Those bats are cleaning up that Mega Minion though, and that is a lot of bats. They're snowballed out. Back goes the bombs, but the pups here are locking on to the Princess Tower. E-Wiz comes out, preventing too much damage, but 947 to 1,012. This is dangerously close here once again. Both teams trying to find a way to get through the defenses.
Oh, this is not good. That's not good on the side of GameWith because they put down the Bomb Tower and the Inferno Tower basically back to back here, and we've been seeing OP Gaming cycling through that Hog Rider. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about.
Yep, freeze right away.
No buildings. I'm telling you.
All the spells.
That was, oh gosh. Like I said, the 2 buildings back to back. They knew, OP Gaming knew, they knew that, you know, as long as they could somehow disrupt that building cycle, the Infernal Tower and the Bomb Tower, they had the game, and they played right into OP Gaming's hands.
Yeah, it felt like that game might go the distance.
Yeah.
Like, for 2v2s, you usually don't go all the way to the end of overtime.
Yeah.
And it felt like maybe that was going to happen there because both teams were playing such good defense, but then you're right, that huge mistake from GameWith cost them that game. So, see how they change things up for the next game. I liked bringing the Mini P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah.
I think it's a great card, but they had to be really, really careful. Because if Freeze is out there and you freeze that Mini P.E.K.K.A., then there's a ton of your damage that you're using to stop the Hog Rider, and even in this case, like the Ice Golem and the Lumberjack that are always following it up, from getting to Princess Tower range, and then you're also like getting caught with, like, right there. You can't have that happen. And then that Lumberjack just chews through it, because Mini P.E.K.K.A. is weakness, not a lot of hit points.
Yep, and, you know, unfortunately the highlight didn't show, you know, the back-to-back Inferno Bomb Tower, but either way, that just basically gave the go sign to OP Gaming to rotate once again with the Hog Rider, and, you know, it was a done deal the moment they saw both of the buildings go down.
Yep, they knew at that moment that it was going to be really hard for GameWith to cycle into their buildings again, and even if they would be able to, you know, either Earthquake or freeze it again. So, but yeah, great stuff here. Really, really close game overall, though, until the very end.
Definitely.
Whoa. Very good games here so far today. Moving on to game number 2. OP Gaming took game number 1. Can GameWith turn it around, try to even up the series? Let's go. I love this. It's like permanently in my brain. It's never. I'm gonna be like 80 years old, like rocking in a chair,
listening to this song.
just listening to this song. Got on my Spotify playlist. All right. Okay, here we go. Similar stuff here.
It's similar stuff, but the Royal Giant comes out this time around, not the Lava Hound for the side of GameWith.
Yep. Okay, Lightning here right to deal with the Inferno Tower, the bats as well, chewing through that Royal Giant. He gets 2, 3 shots off. That's great. That is a very nice Royal Giant push. That is what you want. At least 3. 2 is nice, 3 is great.
Exactly, and if you noticed, the Lumberjack Hog Rider push was defended perfectly. No hits taken. Here we go. Now, once again, the rotation with the Bomb Tower and the Inferno Tower is happening with GameWith. And I think they noticed and they caught on that, you know, they can't obviously put both at the same time like they did at the end of that first game. And just by rotating those 2 defensive buildings here, you know, they're going to be able to kind of defend the Hog Rider rotation.
Yep, here we go. Lumberjack with the Royal Giant, the bats.
Double snow.
Snowed. Ooh. All right, well, it gets 1 shot off. Just 1 shot. So, very good def. Yeah, he was slowing things up there. Here comes the Hog push. The freeze once again.
Oh.
Can it work this time? It looks like this will be successfully defended here by GameWith. Looks like they were pretty well prepared for this time around.
Yeah, definitely. OP Gaming, it seems like they basically kept the same deck here. Thought it worked out pretty well with the rotations. Getting since they both have such a fast cycle deck, you know, as long as the Hog Rider or any other unit just takes 1 hit every rotation, you know, they are able to bring down the Princess Tower eventually, even with the Earthquake damage.
That's all you're looking for with the Hog Rider. You need 1 hit. More than that is great, but 1 is basically your objective.
Exactly, but GameWith right now, it's finally just, they figured it out just because they kept the same deck. The OP Gaming, it seems like they were figured out exactly, and look at all the damage that's coming through. Bomb Tower once again put down on the bottom side, and that and the Bomb Tower still alive. It's not gonna pull the Lumberjack, unfortunately, but the Royal.
Oh, an Earthquake here.
Okay.
Okay, that is a fair amount of damage.
Oh,
and
the freeze!
Snowball and the freeze. This is a lot of damage coming in here. That is 1, Angry
Wow.
Hog Rider doing a lot of damage there.
That one Hog Rider just there. The Earthquake was just preemptive.
Here we go. All right, defense coming through. Poison coming down to help deal with this Inferno Tower, which did lock onto the Ice Golem, but our boy, the Hog Rider, gets chewed up as well. E-Way's coming down here for defense, as well as an Inferno Tower, which does lock onto the Royal Giant, but the Lightning used to bring it
The
down.
Lumberjack's still alive, though. He's going to chew it down.
Oh!
50.
58.
Oh!
That is it. Snowball, Fireball. They look kind of cool in tandem there.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's like, pretty nice. But yeah, I think OP Gaming, you know, it worked out for the first game. But they kept the same deck. And game with, they kind of adapted from that Lava Hound balloon to the Royal Giant just to get the chip damage as OP Gaming was doing with the cycles. So, and if you notice, they were able to cycle through the buildings as well. So, you know, the Hog Rider Lumberjack push did not do as much damage as it did in the first game.
Right, you've got the Lightning available to knock the Inferno Tower out and allow the Royal Giant to get their shots in. 2 or 3 shots, most of the time it was coming through, is just too much. The defense has got to be a little stronger than that. Meanwhile, game with defense much better.
Oh yeah.
This time around, much better.
So much
Except
better.
for that moment.
Yeah. This one with the freeze and the snowball and keeping that hog alive. I thought this was the game changer. It could have been. But yeah.
But that Lightning, so much damage, basically nullifies that Inferno Tower for you. And then the cool effect there, the fire snow. It's like the Game of Thrones spell, Song of Ice and Fire right there.
All right. Well, it is 1-2-1, and like we said, so far in our match, 13 and 14, we've just seen a 4-0 sweep on one side.
Yeah, no sweep.
Yeah, but already in match 15 here in set 1, we have 1-1 right now with game with versus OP Gaming.
Yeah, well, let's see who is going to take it. It is the deciding game of the set here. Game number 3 of set number 1. Yakitori Yui Hero on the blue. Wee-chan, an Expo Master, up on the top. Something's got to change here for OP Gaming. You could try the same thing twice. We see teams do that a lot, just to see if they can sneak something. Okay, already very different here from game with as well. Goblin Barrel and Dart, so it looks like they're going to opt for this spell bait cycle kind of thing that we see quite often in 2v2s. And Lava Hound from OP Gaming. So, Mortar!
Okay.
Mortar!
Mortar is put down.
Mortar! Don't see this every day in 2v2.
In a 2v2, yeah.
Not every day. Fireball there to wipe out.
Oh, but look at that. The mortar.
It's got to shoot at other things. Its range is just actually too far. It's shooting at those barbarians way across.
I was going to say, if that mortar locks onto the Princess Tower.
Nope.
Oh, gosh.
Those barbarians in range of the insane range that the mortar has. Of course, in the Expo.
Yeah.
Crazy range.
The mortar in a 2v2. Wow. Well,
this is definitely cool. You don't see this a lot.
There we go. The mortar is put down again. I guess you know, game with is lucky that it's a lava hound, you know? Like it's gonna lock onto the mortar, buy them some time because the lava hound just by itself is not as strong to get rid of the mortar super fast.
Yep.
Skeleton barrel.
Okay. So just to try to overwhelm.
Oh, the goblins! The goblin barrel actually landed some shots.
Oh my gosh.
The HP is wow.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right. Here comes the flying machine. It's going to have to deal with these bats. That Dart Goblin getting some value, but it gets zapped away. And just in time are the Rascals. Here comes the Mortar. Follow up. The Mortar.
It's like a 1v1.
It's kind of nice because it's like it's a spell and a defense at the same time, right? So basically you're like able to deal with these towers without having to use a poison or an earthquake or a fireball. And it buys you time.
Exactly. Especially
and it's
if
locked onto the tower now as well.
Oh gosh.
Oh my goodness. Game with looking very good here. That mortar, if it gets one more shot, it does. That is a lot of damage, enough that you could just fireball that tower, but they
wait!
They gotta defend this.
Game with, they just fireball just one Mega Minion right there.
That was a not so good fireball.
Oh my gosh, I don't know if it
that was
they could have definitely gotten the Mega Minion and the pups.
Yep. Okay, interesting. Look at this. The bomb tower placed so it actually can hit the mortar. Double bomb tower here. Maybe a little bit of miscommunication from OP.GAMING, but I like the placement of that bomb tower. Now, this is a scary push here for GameWith. They have to use a skeleton barrel to distract this Mega Minion so it doesn't get onto their tower. They're able to clean up the pups pretty well, though.
All right, so the Skull Barrel actually buys them time, and the P.E.K.K.A. is put down.
P.E.K.K.A. time. P.E.K.K.A. needs some defense behind him. He gets a fireball to deal with those barbarians. Okay, but everything is locked onto the Lava Hound, so he has no support.
The bomb tower is put down as well, the pups. The Lava Hound was, broken up into pups pretty fast here without, tanking too much of the Princess Tower. However, the two bomb towers.
Dart Goblin outranges the bomb tower, but he's going to walk into the bomb, maybe. No,
oh, look at the double mortar. Oh my god. And one of them actually locked on to the Princess Tower.
And they have to use lightning there
to
deal with that. The last card revealed there.
Oh my gosh.
For OP.GAMING. Here comes another Goblin Barrel. A Mega Minion and Snowball cleaning that up. The Flying Machine duking it out with the Rascal Girl. It wins. They have to use bats because of the rage here, as well as the...
Oh gosh, it's not looking good. Lava Hound so much HP with the poison down as well. Defensive poison being put down as well. It's not looking great here.
They're using the P.E.K.K.A. just to soak up the damage from all those units that came down. Mortar once again. Will it be lightninged away like last time? Here comes the Goblin Barrel behind the P.E.K.K.A., which the bomb tower had locked onto, but they're cleaned up by the guards. Two Mega Minions make short work of that P.E.K.K.A. along with the other units.
And the Flying Machine.
Flying Machine in the pocket.
The bats are put down, but still the Flying Machine gets rid of that Dark Goblin. That's a huge hassle, and it does lock onto the tower with the miner here. All right.
What was that?
Oh gosh, we've seen some crazy things, but that was just double bomb tower, double mortar lined up.
It was 2v2. What a fun game, though.
Oh gosh.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
I mean, that is just not a 2v2 like deck you really see much.
It's like I saw the Rascals go in front of the mortar. We're like, oh, are we seeing a 1v1?
Just so hard to make mortar or expo work in 2v2 because, like you saw, they started placing towers right by the mortar. And that bomb tower does a ton of damage. And on top of that, you just, there's just so many units available, and it's hard to keep stuff off of those things. So I like the try. I like the go. It was fun, and it was close.
Yeah, it was. And, we saw some instances where the mortar did lock onto the tower, and it forced OP.GAMING to use the lightning, to use the poison, to use the bomb tower on the bridge. You usually don't want to kind of waste lightning just on the mortars just to get rid of it just because it locked onto your Princess Tower. You want to use it with other units and on the opponent's Princess Tower. So, like, in a way, GameWith did force some stuff out of OP.GAMING. However, at the end of the day, it's still not a...
it just isn't quite enough. It's just so hard to get that mortar to lock onto the Princess Towers. And yeah, it's kind of nice because, like I was saying, it's almost like a spell in a way because when it locks onto the bomb towers or the Inferno towers of your opponent, that's a nice, free damage to those towers. And it's like kind of like a replacement for using a spell. And but it's just so hard to get those to work overall. I mean, they got it to work on the right-hand side here. And
this one was pretty good.
Yeah, but then the defense behind this was that fireball.
This one, that fireball.
That fireball.
It could have gone so many things.
Yeah, Yakitori, I think that might have been him because
it was.
He moved. You could tell he was not happy with that. Had that fireball landed, I actually think this might have been GameWith's game or really close.
Yeah. I think
much closer.
Yeah, that bottom right Princess Tower could have been saved, I think, if that one fireball, was put down right.
And the other problem is when you're in 2x Elixir, right, those heavy units become all the more valuable, and your lighter units are not as good in a way because your Elixir is recharging so fast.
Yeah, they're basically just cycling through.
Yeah. All right, moving on. 1v1 time. It will be KK versus Ho. Ho, I believe this is going to be his first 1v1 ever to this season. He's played before.
Yeah, Ho's been, like we said before, He's played the 2v2s with Expo Master, came out on top pretty well. But like I said before, OP Gaming, they are willing to switch up their lineups and the players who play 2v2 and 1v1s. So we'll see how Ho does this time around.
Rascals being banned, so probably not going to see a mortar deck. Probably not. I'm going to say probably because we saw enough mortars to last us a while in that last game. You're probably not going to see the Minar Balloon deck, that kind of stuff. So this is kind of an interesting little ban here from Game With. Maybe they kind of scouted out Ho a little bit. He's maybe been playing those kind of decks. We've seen the mortar decks before from OP Gaming. We know they like that kind of thing. And the Royal Giant being banned, which makes me a sad panda. I love the Royal Giant. But let's see what they got. Game number 1, set number 2. KK versus OP Gaming's Ho.
But we do have the Royal Giant banned, as you say. But KK, you know, he's been opt to use Goblin Barrels as well. But this time he's going to go with Bar Barrel to start things off.
Okay.
We've seen KK go with Goblin Barrels as well as Lava Hounds like so many times in 1v1s. So for KK, to be honest, the Royal Giant being banned, I think it's just
Sparky time. Sparky Goblin Giant.
Goblin Giant Sparky.
You banned the Royal Giant. Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Is it gonna be the Sparky?
I hope so. It definitely is.
Yeah.
It definitely is.
Yeah. The Goblin. Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right. So.
Yeah, but he's not gonna show it yet. Oh,
okay,
the barbs.
Drops the barbs to take out the Hunter. The Hunter takes out 2 of the barbs.
I think something.
Significant damage.
No, I think something happened with Ho.
Oh really? Are we gonna have a reset?
Yeah. He was kind of pointing his finger.
Ah.
Oh yeah, I see it. So right now, if you noticed, Ho's on his phone, his elixir.
Yeah, we'll have to rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the problem was, there was a problem.
You saw it? There was something.
Yes, I don't know. He was pointing at his phone, and I was looking. You know, I caught it right away, but I didn't notice what the problem was.
Yeah.
But either way, there was a problem, and wow, now we're not gonna be able to see the Sparky.
I was so excited.
Yeah. My God.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So basically, what the production says, you know, there might have been a small client issue regarding the ping. So the Ho's cards were being put down a little bit slow.
Okay.
So I guess that's definitely something that you want to remake for.
Man, I was so excited.
Well,
I love the Goblin Sparky.
Well, now
Goblin Giant Sparky.
KK might switch things up.
Yeah. We'll find out. They got to make sure everything works okay. Get everything squared away here. And we will quickly move into our next game. I was excited about that matchup. I wanted to see how that was going to play out.
It would have been interesting to see that come out once again. But KK, he seems pretty calm. He doesn't seem like he was disappointed by the remake.
No, not really. I think he was okay there, right? So he's got, in theory, the Goblin Giant up there gets quite a few hits in onto that top right Princess Tower, right, of Ho's. And in the bottom left, he's got the Lava Hound there, but he's got the Mega Minion doing some damage to it, and then he's most likely got the Snowball available behind it to push the pups off. So he's got really good defense against just a single Lava Hound there, built into that deck. So I think he's actually probably a little sad because that initial push did quite a bit of damage. Yeah,
definitely. Other than the barbs,
everybody's playing barbs with Lava Hound.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody.
Yeah, but the barbs are coming down for that Hunter to get rid of that too. You know, just allow to cut off that Hunter damage, but we'll see. We'll see if they'll keep the decks.
Teams are afraid of. We've been seeing a lot more beatdown, like you were talking about here in this league, in Clash Royale League Asia. If you watch a Chinese league, you don't see nearly as much.
Yeah, we do see a lot of super fast cycle decks.
Yeah. But here in Asia, in the other Asia, China isn't Asia as well. But we call our league Asia. There's the Chinese league.
Yeah.
We see a lot more beatdown. We see a lot more bigger decks. Or Lava Hound. Lava Hound is super popular right now in our region. We see it so much in 1v1s. So, yeah, barbs are a great pickup because they just, melt those bigger units. Just absolutely melt them.
Exactly. But, now KK, he's already showed us that it was that Goblin Giant Sparky with the Hunter. But if he decides to switch it up, like I said before at the beginning of this match, you know, KK, even though with the Royal Giant Band, which is actually one of his most used as well, other than he uses Lava Hound, he uses Royal Giant, he's used the Goblin Barrel as
Goblin
well.
Barrel, yeah. So we do see Cycle.
Yeah,
of
so
course.
we do see a Cycle deck coming from KK especially, and he's played a lot of 1v1s. That's why we have this information. This is all just from this season.
Yeah.
So just from last week and this Thursday as well. So, you know.
We have nothing on Ho.
Yeah, we have nothing on Ho. Well, like, you know, we do have his past, like, last year.
Sure,
right?
sure,
But, like,
sure,
yeah,
of course.
this year, we don't know how he's going to play it. But, yeah, other than but since we do have some information on KK, you know, he has also played the Ram Rider on 2 of his 1v1s. So
With the P.E.K.K.A. or with Mega Knight?
with the P.E.K.K.A.
With P.E.K.K.A.
Yeah,
Okay.
with the P.E.K.K.A. So, yeah, the P.E.K.K.A. Ram Rider deck is still viable for KK if you feels like using it.
You could switch it up. I'm always curious to see how they approach this after we have a device issue. If they want to just stick with what they got, or if they're gonna try something a little different. It's hard to justify going with a Sparky deck again because Sparky is so counterable. Now, if you catch your opponent off guard with it, it's really, really powerful. But if the opponent's ready for it, they could be like, well, you know, I'm gonna bring Rocket, or because that deletes it. I'm going to bring Lightning, basically deletes it, and also can stun it and do other things. I'm going to bring an E-Wiz. There's all these different cards you can bring that are just targeted that you can also build the rest of your deck around. You can bring Zap, and it's pretty effective as well.
Yeah, but like, you know, like we
best.
see, we haven't seen Zap a lot in 1v1 CCs because of the giant snowball. But yeah, either way, Ho, like, he could have countered it, like you said, with many cards, many different kinds of cards. But like you said, I think KK kind of surprised him with with
if I'm playing a Sparky deck, I'm very happy to go against a Lava Hound. As long as it doesn't have Balloon. Because the problem becomes when you drop down a Sparky and they drop a Balloon, you darn well better have like something very ready. And you better hope they don't have the right spell to counter what you have ready. Because that's 6 elixirs gone. You only got 4 left. So you got what? An E-Wiz is usually what I do, or minions or something like that, or bats. You know, you can all these different options. But if they have the right spell to deal with that, then you're boned.
Yeah, so like, for instance, that first game, Ho put down the Lava Hound in the back. So by the time he gets to the bridge, he's going to put down, let's just say he put down the Balloon. Yeah. And then you put down, you know, small units to try to defend that. That's not going to work because, like, you know, any spell will just buy the Lava Hound and the Balloon time to land onto that Princess Tower. So like you said, something big, you know, to defend that off, like an Infernal Tower to pull it off, or Infernal Dragon. But yeah, like, other than that, Sparky deck, I think it's just all about surprise.
Yep, it is. It's especially if in a weird way, if it's an air heavy deck, then you can try to race your opponent, and that's a pretty favorable matchup for Sparky. He can, if they don't have a lot of cheap stuff to kind of like keep your Sparky distracted for a little while, like if they're not running like skeletons, Ice Spirit, that kind of thing. Ice Golem, Tombstone is pretty annoying against Sparky as well. And in a Lava Hound deck, a lot of times they're gonna have Tombstone, but the reason it's nice with the Goblin Giant is the Goblin Giant has those spear goblins on its back, and those are able to effectively keep a lot of that, swat away a lot of that little stuff, so Sparky can focus on the big targets.
Definitely. Guess it's taking a little longer than we expected here. Ho actually changed his device here to make sure that the problem doesn't happen. So they changed the device, and Ho went into the game to check that, you know, the new device that he got mounted on that tower, it has no problem. The music is coming out. We still have that 1 minute because of the rematch. Give the players time to swap out their deck if they feel necessary.
Yep, they'll get another minute to think things over. I don't think they're allowed to talk to their coaches or anything during those breaks. I think it's not
a timeout, so.
Yeah. All right, well, will we see the same? Will we see something different?
I want to see the Mega Knight Ram Rider.
Mega Knight Ram Rider. All right.
That's what I want to see from TK.
Down. KK? You can do it. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, he just nodded. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Like before, I was like, he just nodded.
You. That's not how this works, ending. That's not how any of this works.
Watch him bring out the Mega Knight Ram Rider. Wow.
If he does,
Yeah.
then I'm just gonna get up and leave. Like, you know what? You are taking over the rest of this cast,
Yeah.
ending. You have successfully won
All right,
Clash Royale
well,
casting for the day.
all right, we'll see what Ho will decide to bring out though, because now that he saw the deck that KK brought out, that was a surprise Sparky Goblin Giant. So
Yeah, well, let's find out. It is time to get into it. This is still game number 1, the 1v1 set between OP.GAMING and Game With. OP.GAMING took the first set. So, KK trying to bring it to the king of the hill here for Game With. All right, well, that looks exactly the same as the last one started. That is
but
different.
there's
See, this is what I'm talking about. We still don't know. And I think that zap is...
it's
well,
just,
we'll see, but it's
no, it's
probably...
it's just like, don't bring out the Sparky.
Yeah, don't bring out Sparky. Okay, Miner. And a Prince.
Prince!
So, okay, definitely not
All right, so
the same deck.
we've seen KK go with Prince and Goblin Barrels as well, so we'll see. Like, it doesn't have to be Goblin Barrels, but we've seen him bring it out many times, KK. But, oh, Baby Dragon.
Yeah, okay, so this is the Giant Electro Dragon Prince deck coming in here. That will get one hit there from the Giant. And pretty similar decks here between the two so far. Our biggest difference is the Electro Dragon. And that will be a deleted Giant. So only one hit from a Giant is all that has come through so far for these two players.
Yep. We do have pretty much the similar deck. The Miner is different as well. Ho has that Miner to chip down that damage. Oh, there we go. He's
Yeah, I was going to say, we could definitely still have another
that's
Miner.
What I was going to say. It's like KK has to mash that thing up. I guess because he used the bar barrel in the beginning, he didn't have the Miner in the rotation.
Yep.
Let's start.
Oh, there he goes again. Just getting rid of those. Miner coming out here, and a Prince. Not quite in the right spot there, but not too big of a deal.
Yeah, the Barbarian, the barrel actually lands a hit too on the right side, so I guess it's a pretty even trade. The E-Dragon.
Yeah, E-Dragon stops the charge from the Prince. So that is one dead Prince. Big push here coming.
There we go.
All right, so a Giant of his own had to be used just to keep that Prince busy, so the Mega Minion and the Baby Dragon can do their thing. But the Baby Dragon not doing a lot of DPS, so a lot of damage coming in here from that Giant. Down to 1,000 is the bottom left-hand Princess Tower for KK. And, whoa!
Okay, I thought that, oh.
Just in time. I figured he would get it, but I was like,
Yeah,
he's got to
yeah,
have something.
yeah,
He's got
yeah.
the elixir.
Oh, he's switching it up. He knows that he's not winning the fight on the left. When he has that 1k HP, he wants to switch it up before it's too late.
Well, this Electro Dragon is a big deal because it stops the charge from the Prince.
Yep.
So it makes it really hard for him to get that extra damage that he needs to make this effective.
The zap.
And the zap as well.
But if you notice, the right side, the Mega Minion lands a couple of shots, bringing the HP down. Oh gosh, but he's happy.
This is getting pretty dangerous here. It's just going to be one
Miner
more poison. What? Poison. But good Miner placement to stop it. But all it will take.
But look at that Giant on the right side.
Ooh, top right. Okay, and
poison.
the poison of his own.
Oh!
He's got to do it. He's got to get it out there. Oh my gosh. Ho could not cycle to the poison.
Oh, that was so close. That was so close. And you know what? What are the odds that both of them decide to go Prince Giant after playing such different decks in the first game before the remake?
Yeah, it is pretty interesting that they kind of went for very similar decks.
Yeah. Like the first round, it was Goblin Giant Sparky Hunter deck for KK, and Ho was going to Lava Hound deck. And all of a sudden, they get that technical issue, and they decide to just swap into the same deck.
Pretty crazy stuff there. It looked like, I mean, that was Ho's game to lose, and then KK switching sides.
Yeah.
He's made it a lot harder.
If you notice, look at that. The Mega Minion taking those two shots kind of evens it out. Like he was still ahead.
So let's look at the elixir here. He's got 5. He uses that to drop that Miner to prevent the other Miner and the Barb Barrel. I think that actually was a bit of an overcommitment of elixir there on that defense. I don't think he needs both. Could be wrong. But because he needs, he needs I don't know.
Well, either way, on the bottom left side where KK was defending,
Yeah.
he was able to defend it off. And
I guess it's better safe than sorry in
Yeah.
that situation,
Yeah.
right? Because you know your Giant's up there smacking away,
yeah.
and he's able to get the poison down on it as well. So that's a lot of damage really fast. It makes sense.
Either way, KK did come out the victor. Ho, it seems like his teammate is kind of comforting him. He's like, it's okay.
Yeah, Dabong is our veteran,
Mhm.
our wise older brother who keeps things in line, tells him to breathe. Just breathe, buddy. You were real close.
Yeah. But either way, at the end of the day, I think KK defending that miner from Ho, the defensive miner that came out through and took the aggro away, and I think if that
Great placement
yeah,
on that
exactly,
miner, by the way.
yeah, exactly. If that miner,
And I get what he did now.
Yeah.
Now I understand.
yeah, that's
So
why he had to defend the miner first, and then
the
Ho was
bar barrel
committing.
is
Yeah.
like the like just in case.
Yeah, and Ho was committing. It wasn't just the miner there, so
Right.
like he had to use a couple more to defend it like perfectly. But either way, I think that prediction, the miner, the defensive miner, taking away that offensive miner's aggro away from the Princess Tower, just bought him the game.
Yeah, yeah. I see what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's doing the miner, and in case the miner isn't in the right
Mm-hmm.
spot, you've got the bar barrel
Yeah.
there as well. That makes sense. Okay. Here we go. Game number 2. KK taking game number 1. So, Ho needs to win 2 in a row to end this and give OP the winning. But the win.
Winning.
All right,
The
Furnace
winning.
out here for KK. There is no Royal Giant. So, other decks that use Furnace that we've seen, Graveyard. There's a Graveyard deck that uses Furnace. There's the Barbarian, Musketeer variation that we see from time to time.
We'll have to see. Usually, we like to see the Furnace with the Royal Giant, but as you see, it's banned.
So this makes me
Oh,
think
there
it's
we go,
Graveyard.
the Graveyard.
Yep, I was going to say Ice Golem and Mega Minion definitely make me think it's Graveyard.
Right,
And the guard's there to clean it up. So, not a lot doing, and we're seeing the Prince once again from Ho, and it is cleaned up by the Barbarians. But he good defense there on the back end. Really nothing doing from that Graveyard. Mega Minion coming in here. They are going to get a couple swings from the Barbarians. That's a bit of damage.
That's a lot more than a couple swings, bringing down 500 HP on the left side.
Yeah, it's 4 swings. Or no, 3? Whatever.
I think
I don't want to do math right now. I'm
Roughly
not,
3 to 4
Yeah,
swings.
3 or 4.
But either way,
It depends. I think if there was any damage on it already.
But either way, here we go. Taking it slow.
Yeah, just trying to get that Graveyard push set up. This time, though, okay, the guards were
yeah, the guards are
split.
split. Yeah, exactly.
Now
He has to use that bar barrel.
Yep, the bar barrel. So a little bit of damage coming in from those skeletons, but the RNG there not super favorable.
The
Is
Prince.
going to draw that Prince back. The Prince loses its charge and a lot of its health. Doesn't quite get to that Furnace, so the last 2 Fire Spirits are able to come out.
Yeah, that one's going to land. I love the Furnace because the one always lands and it takes down.
Here's that Golem deck again that we saw earlier today with the Prince. The big beat down here. Ho looking to try to get a big push going. KK setting up his defense already with the Barbarians, who are now marching in a very nice straight line for him. And there is the Baby Dragon here.
Ooh, the defensive poison.
defensive poison here. But
The Golem is going to just explode
shoot
here.
apart by the
But look at this. You have the Prince there hidden under the Mega Minion and the Baby Dragon. So it's
Oh!
going to land. It does land that charge damage.
Yep, got the charge damage there, and you're right, it was kind of hidden underneath there. And here come these Barbarians protecting this Musketeer, completely surrounding her, but the Baby Dragon is pushed. No, I'm sorry, the Musketeer is pushed back by the Snowball, and a lot of damage coming from that Graveyard. Not a ton, actually. It's only 16.
Yeah, it did more than it usually does, but still.
A little bit of damage. How about that?
Right.
I didn't see the 1 for a second. I just saw the 611.
Oh, gosh. Oh.
I need my glasses. Oh, man.
Well, now that they know all of their cards, respectively. Ooh.
Okay, and the guards, this time the poison on top of this will eliminate those guards. So a few hits coming in from those skeletons, but not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not, but if you notice the HP on the side of Ho, they're both roughly 1600 here.
Right.
So KK, he has the option to just go both ways like this. When the golem is put down on the left, he can force everything onto the right and kind of split up this push here.
Yeah, he had to use a snowball there. One of those skeletons got out onto that top left corner of that, and it wasn't going to go down fast, so he had to make sure that he was able to clean it up. Those skeletons do a sneaky amount of damage. Now,
the second furnace is actually put down.
Yep. He's trying to just buy time, keep that golem busy while the barbarians and other units put some damage into it. But we've got double baby dragons here covering this golem, and just in time.
Oh, he's going to hit the King Tower.
Oh, no.
He's going to activate the King Tower here. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that is the lovely furnace that you put down in front. Pull the golem away. And now...
But a ton of resources had to be used there by KK. And he's going to try to find a way to set up his Graveyard Poisons attack possibly here. Already, though, guards down. Barbarians here to counter. Lightning does not hit a single one of those Barbarians. So here comes the Barbarian Barrel to try to weaken them up. Snowball as well. Used to delete them. Baby Dragon coming in to help, but there are just so many Barbarians.
Oh, but now the King is helping. When the King is hitting your golem, oh gosh. Well, now you notice that Ho is just cycling through lightning, so he's gonna try to finish this off with the spells.
Ho can just play defense here.
Yeah.
Protect against that Graveyard Poison. He has stuff capable of doing it.
Going in.
Trying to get these Barbarian pushes to work, but with the Barbarian Barrel, the Baby Dragon, and the Snowball, you can eliminate those pretty effectively. Here comes the push with the Graveyard Guards go down, and a Prince as well. This looks like it could a little bit have to use the Snowball for defense. 1, 2. Okay. He's still just a little bit ahead.
That's also
Oh, wow.
Oh my gosh. Now
it's really
out of nowhere, it's just evening up.
Ooh, okay.
KK is not going to give him the time to think here, but you know, with those guards, especially right next to the graveyard, it's not going to be doing too much. The poison is actually doing most of the damage, and you notice that lightning just right on.
Yeah.
Oh.
So now it's within lightning.
Yeah.
He just needs to get to lightning. Oh wait, no, he wins because time's up. Overtime's over.
Yeah. Either way, the lightning and the snowball will give Ho that game because he was able to bring down the tower HP down, you know, more than KK brought.
I was so into that game.
Yeah. I didn't even see the time.
I was so into it. I'm like, this is really interesting. Like, this is really back and forth.
Well,
KK,
either way.
Yeah, just barely losing that.
Yeah, barely.
Man.
I think from the start, if KK just focused a little bit more on one tower with the Graveyard Poison, he could have also had the game as well. Like if you notice that KK kept going left and right because of the golem. He was trying to pull away the supporting units away from the golem, which I guess he had to do. And that's why both the towers of Ho was very low, or at least like 1400 or something like that. But Ho just kept focusing on the left side.
Yeah, on this push, there's just so much that has to be used for defense. There are 2 furnaces, barbarians, kitchen sink, everything you've got, right, to try to defend against that golem push because you're losing.
Yeah.
And then we come down to this. Overtime is over with our new rules, of course, this season. Whoever's Princess Tower, doesn't matter which one, has the lowest amount of health, they are the loser.
Exactly. And especially when you have the lightning and your opponent has furnace or elixir collector or inferno tower. Like, I love it because you get to do a ton of damage to the buildings as well as the Princess Tower, which is gonna, especially in this tournament with no more tiebreakers, it's going to just benefit you in every single way.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really strong card right now, especially behind the Royal Giant and the Golem, because you need those. You need that lightning to, like you were saying, deal damage to buildings, stun units, possibly, reset those kind of things, and yeah, get some extra damage in. So this is match point. If Ho can win, that will be OP.GAMING's day. But KK, very, very strong. Both of these games, very, very, very close.
Yeah, like we predicted, this last matchup, Gamewith versus OP.GAMING, is not going to go easy. This actually may go to set 3 depending on who wins here. If KK wins, we will be going to King of the Hill. If Ho is able to win once again, this is going to be a day with just 2 zeros.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It felt like we would just be permanently in King of the Hill land, which is fine with me because that means we get more Clash Royale. But this is KK versus Ho, game number 3, set and match point. All right, a Goblin Barrel. This is what you're talking about. We do see these from time to time.
Super fast.
Yeah, a little late on that snowball there.
Yeah, look at that. That was 500 damage just off the bat.
Yeah. I'm not...
Bandit? Okay. Ooh.
Yeah, so probably Spell Bait or some version of it.
Yep.
Here from KK. And a Bandit makes you think usually P.E.K.K.A, but the Knight, definitely going to see some Spell Baitage.
Definitely a spell baitage. We'll see.
Probably the P.E.K.K.A deck here from Ho, but we'll see. All right, this time, does he have the defense for this?
Oh,
he has
that's not good enough.
Yeah, that's not great.
Like, it's good, but it's not good enough. Especially when you're already taking so much damage, but the Ram Rider does come through.
Yep.
Infernal Tower.
Yep, Ram Rider. Probably P.E.K.K.A at the end. Could be Mega. But with the other cards behind it, it's very likely it's P.E.K.K.A. And, of course, the Spell Bait. Generally speaking, that last card is your favorite, the Rocket. Oh, boy.
Oh, nice save.
Yeah, good Goblin Gate placement.
Barrel Ghost.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing a lot of damage. Oh, okay. So now he has to kind of commit.
Yeah, the Princess locked onto the Princess Tower. So that's really... It's a surprising amount of damage that the Princess does. It's 100-something every hit. So you don't want her getting in there. A log here to try to prevent this from getting in, and an Ice Spirit.
Oh, gosh.
Just gets a hit in. Just one hit. So actually, this is okay here so far.
Yeah, definitely. And with all those cheap cards to, stop the Ram Rider to doing its max damage, I think it's definitely worth it.
Oh, Mega Knight. It is the Mega Knight variation. I thought it might be P.E.K.K.A. Oh.
I would have thought that KK would have brought the Mega Knight Ram Rider, but it's Ho.
Yeah, Ho using KK's medicine against him. But he has to keep that tower very safe now. You can't let it get into that range.
Oh, again.
Yep, there's the snowball. Good. Much better.
Wow.
And I believe that's the Bandit. Yep.
If you notice the small chip damage, even with the log and the Gob Barrel, it's chipping away.
Yep. He's just got to keep this Princess off.
Oh.
Tower. Yep. All right. Does he have the snowball available?
There
he does.
Go.
He does. So, big push coming here. Does he have a way to nullify that Inferno Tower? Great Goblin Gang placement to drag that Mega Minion as far away from everything as he could. So no real damage coming through here on that push. Both players playing very good defense. Log here to get some extra chip damage onto that top right tower.
Exactly. Another one. EWIS does come down, but the Goblins do land, and the Rocket is going through. Oh, jeez.
It's not quite a log range, so he's going to need 2 logs or another rocket.
Pulled. Yeah, it's getting pulled. Ram Rider is going down by the Inferno Dragon. Basically, a quick rotation for KK, and the game is basically set.
Yeah, I was curious to see if Ho could find a way to find a timing in there after that rocket had to be used. Nope, not enough time here. KK will take game number 3 of set number 2 and put us into King of the Hill. It's just, I don't like playing.
See, that's why
I don't like playing that deck against Spell Bait.
Oh, like the Mega Knight?
Yeah, the Mega Knight or the P.E.K.K.A, either one.
The thing is, like, if you want to use the Mega Knight and the Ram Rider, and you have to think Infernal Dragon or Infernal Tower.
Right.
And if that's the case, I think he should have just used the Zap instead of the Snowball. Yeah. Even though, like, yeah, Snowball is more of the meta, and people say it's a lot better than Zap. But if you're gonna do this and you're trying to protect a big unit that doesn't lock on to the Princess Tower right away, it's not fast, then you have to have something prepared.
Yeah, I mean,
keep it alive.
Right. The idea is you get the Bandit or the minions or something up in front to kind of soften up the Inferno Tower for your Mega Knight. But there's just so many units that you can use to distract that Mega Minion.
Yeah.
And
the Mega Knight.
Yeah, the Mega Knight. Sorry, Mega Knight. And it's so hard to get through that defensive Oh, okay.
Or it could have just been a bar barrel in front of the Mega Knight.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Like
You
to
can
the
even do
Inferno Tower. Yeah, that
Yeah.
could have also worked, which is kind of meta, I guess.
Yeah, and the Princess, you know, is great in the back line because you don't have a spell that just instantly nukes her.
Yeah.
Right? You don't have log, you don't have arrows,
Mm-hmm.
you don't have Barbarian Barrel, anything like that. A spell that just, you know, takes care of that Princess because she is a real pain in the back. She's shooting your, you know, all your units, your minions, these other things from forever away. Then you're able to put the Goblin Gang in front of her to protect her, and then even your Royal Ghost, like, can't get to it. It's just so difficult.
Yeah.
And then boom.
All right, well, this is GG. It was straightforward, to be honest, in this game 3 here, with the start being Ho losing 500 HP on his Princess Tower just with that single Goblin Barrel.
Right. It was weird that he didn't snowball right away.
Yeah.
But this is going to be our King of the Hill lineup. Yakitori, Roraporon, and KK rounded out for game with on the side of OP Gaming. Dabang TV, Ho, and Expo Master. Of course, saving Expo Master your final boss.
Yep.
For OP Gaming. See if we get there.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see if Expo Master, the last boss, will be going up against KK, the last boss on the side of game with, who has actually already warmed up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But filling in here in the 1v1. He played at King of the Hill and lost his only game. See what he wants to do here. I think what did he play? Did he play a Golem deck?
Royal
A
Giant.
Royal Giant.
Yeah,
Royal
one of the matches that he played in the King of the Hill was actually a
I
Royal
was like,
Giant.
well, his favorite cards are Mega Knight, Lumberjack, Baby Dragon. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
which one are you playing? Golem or Royal Giant?
Yeah, it was a Royal Giant. But like you said, he plays mostly 2v2s, at least here in the tournament. So we'll see what he'll bring out. Like maybe his card pool or his deck pool isn't as wide.
Right.
Maybe that's why he likes playing the 2v2s, where his teammate can kind of support the flaws of him, or he could just be a great 1v1 player. Just didn't pan out for him last time.
Yeah, and there's the older brother.
Yep.
Dabang TV. You see him a lot talking to the players during timeouts and other things. Trying to keep everything steady here for OP Gaming. You know, it's interesting. They banned the Barbarians.
Yeah.
Did game with. So that definitely signals that they want to run something heavy, probably, or at least they're thinking about it. And Tornado ban here on the side of OP Gaming. Game number 1 of our King of the Hill. The last set of the day starts now. Dabang TV versus Yakitori. Let's do it. Archers and the Goblin Barrel.
Goblin Barrel right away.
Okay, Snowball. Snowball out the gate here for Yakitori.
Mortar.
And there is the mortar. So Prince coming down here.
All right, so we basically see all of their cards. They're winning cards here.
Oh, that mortar.
Oh my gosh.
Is it locked onto
Yeah,
the
it
tower? It is. So a bit of a different version of the Spellbait deck here from Dabang TV with the Prince variant.
All right.
See what else he's got underneath that there. Oh!
Ooh. Oh, it's actually hitting the princess. Oh my god. Dabang wanted to keep that princess alive.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Bandits. Coming in here. A miner on defense for Yakitori.
It's super unfortunate. I think if the Rascals was able to get the aggro from the archers and kept the princess alive, it could have done a lot more damage. But the archers, they're smart. They know who to hit first.
Yep. Okay, Goblin Gang coming in here. You can see the bandits, or excuse me, the bandits. The Rascals immediately put down. Bandits were in last game. We haven't seen no bandits this game. Princess does such a good job just buying you time.
Ooh, defensive.
Yep, defensive mortar having to be used here. Archers and skeletons come down. Oh, that Prince!
Whoa.
He's getting in there. He's getting some damage.
2 shots.
There it goes.
Wow.
All right.
Now that defensive mortar, it was a good call for Yakitori to put that down in advance, because he knew what was coming. He knew what was coming, but unfortunately, Dabang was prepared for that with the snowball as well, and the Prince just allowing the Prince to go through. Oh gosh.
Yeah, the Prince If he gets through, it is so much damage. One of the highest DPSs.
Look at that. Look at the boulder just shooting the bridge. Prince is so fast.
Doing a good job dragging with those skeletons, getting him into archer range. Good placement down to the bottom right. But once you're one princess tower down in mortar, it becomes very, very difficult to overcome that. So this is just Yakitori trying everything he can to get this to go through. Princess is going to get deleted.
Oh, look at the rascals just being put down in the pocket, just getting rid of the archers. Trying to get the mortar. Actually, it does not finish off the mortar. It's still alive. It has locked on to the tower, but 10 seconds is not enough, even with the miner hitting it.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage, but you're right. 3, 2, 1, Dabong TV. And a rocket there at the end will be your winner for game number 1 here for OP Gaming. A big win for them. Any wins you can get off of anybody before they get to Expo Master is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
nice.
Yeah, Expo Master, I'm pretty sure it's possible for him to, since he is the final boss, he could try to do a 3v1.
Oh, he'll
and be the king of the hill. But
yeah,
like you said, anybody to get rid of the minions before the final boss is met is a great deal.
These are your ads.
Yeah.
Ice Spirit too fast for the princess, by the way. It runs faster. There's a few units that are too fast. Goblins.
Yeah, but like in week 1, match 2, Dabong TV went up in King of the Hills against Talon, and he was able to do a 2-win streak. So Dabong, even though he is the first runner-up, he's like, there's like 2 final bosses. Dabong and like the real final boss is Expo Master. So it's like we have.
No's no slouch himself.
Yeah.
We saw him, take a game off of KK in some very close games out of those 3. 2 were very close. So now we move on to Dabong versus Rodaporon. Rodaporon, strong 1v1 player for game with. We haven't seen him yet this season.
Yeah, we haven't.
But last season I remember watching him, and he's quite good.
All right, well, we'll see if he's able to kind of cut off the momentum of Dabong, because like I said, when Dabong gets on that momentum train, he may just be the one to do that 3 versus 1 in that King of the Hill and just do a clean sweep.
He can.
Yeah.
They're all capable of it on this team.
Yeah, he almost did it in this season already, and it's only been a week and a half.
Right, right. He's good.
Yeah.
His whole team is good. That's why they're 2-0. Looking to try to be 3-0 here. We just need a couple more games to decide this. We'll see what is happening. We're preparing for game number 2. Spent a lot of time looking at Dabong there. He's got a lot of smiles on his face. The other members of Team OP Gaming watching and waiting, seeing how this will play out, see who needs to go. And there you get a look at Rodaporon. So, yeah, he's one of these cycle players. He likes to play cycle decks. You can see his 2018 season record. Like I said, this guy's pretty darn good. 5-0.
Yeah, that's crazy.
In his sets at 1v1. 3-2 in King of the Hills. But he liked to see preferred cycle. You can see that spell bait type stuff. So, we'll see if he's opts to go for that. He just saw Dabong TV do it for OP Gaming. Can he continue to do it himself? I don't know.
You don't know. I don't know either, but we'll see what kind of deck he decides to bring out, because now I'm looking through Dabong's previous games, and it seems like he just likes playing all kinds of decks. Like he doesn't have a preference where he sticks to like a beatdown or like a super fast cycle. Like he goes back and forth. So we just saw him use the cycle deck with the Goblin Barrel, so we'll see if he's gonna stick with that and kind of surprise, I guess, reverse psychology. Pretend that he's gonna switch decks, but stay with the same deck.
Yeah, he could. It depends on what he thinks, Rodaporon is gonna do. Is Rodaporon gonna go right for a cycle deck? We will see. This is game number 2 of our King of the Hill. Rodaporon versus Dabong TV. Dabong has won the first game. Can he continue it? All right,
ooh, super fast Spear
Goblins.
Goblin. This is what I like.
Right out the gate. I know you do. You just did it to me earlier. Yeah. All right. The miners and the bats, another combo you like.
Oh my gosh, if this was okay, Scalebear, I was gonna say he has done this before in the past.
So we'll see.
There could be a Rascal in there as well, yeah.
Yeah, it could be Rascals. There's a few other things you can run behind this for sure. Barb Barrel, pretty common.
Yeah.
In just about anything. Yeah. So that's
like I'm pretty sure for Dabong at least there's gonna be at least a Prince or a Rascal there. out of the 3 cards that's still not played yet. But
yeah, Prince has been really popular today.
Yeah, Rollaporon.
Been seeing a lot of Prince today.
Yeah.
All right, so a little bit of damage traded between both players, mostly. There you go. Yep, the Rascals.
Well, that's Rollaporon. Oh, there's the Prince.
And the Prince. So you're right, Prince on the top, Rascals on the bottom here.
Oh, defensive miner taking that charge damage.
Is this going to be the balloon variant of the miner
Oh,
Rascals?
there we go.
It is.
So we have the balloon. Oh, there. Oh, so both Prince and the Rascal on the side of W2D2 TV.
Does he have anything to stop this balloon?
No.
Oh my gosh, he's going to get a second drop?
2 drops.
Ooh, just one.
Oh, that was
So
this
close.
one. All right.
So close. But now this skeleton barrel, this is a real problem here.
Yeah, he has done this before, and he has won the game.
Good timing.
Yeah.
That barrel. You get the drop damage, the explosion damage from the skeleton barrel, but that's it. So that's not a lot of damage there.
Yeah, it's not.
It's like 100 or 67, I think. 67 on the towers.
Yeah, it's super low.
It's like it's barely better than Zapper still. But he gets a little extra damage, chip damage there, from the spear goblins. And again, it was Rascals and Prince up on the top, so that's kind of what you expect to see out of these minor Prince decks these days.
Here we go,
With
another
the
one.
skeleton barrel.
Yeah, Skull Barrel, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of a change there. Having these minor defensively there, and here comes an Inferno Tower on the back end.
Oh, that
Oh
barrel
my
was a
gosh.
little quick. He had to use that giant snowball to get rid of the skeletons.
Oof.
The bar barrel was a little fast.
Oof.
Now he knows. W2D2 TV knows that he's a little bit ahead.
Yep, Dabong here looking very, very good. Sending the Prince and the Dark Goblin in. Bats coming up on top of that.
That miner though.
Yep, good miner. Barb Barrel comes in, but the Ice Golem deflects the Rascal Girls. So here comes another balloon push. A lot of defense being thrown out already. That balloon taking quite a bit of damage. It does not get the drop, but the bomb damage looks like it will connect. Here comes the Skeleton Barrel push. Only Rascals, and now Bats to defend. Bats go to work onto those Spear Goblins. There we go. Great, much better Barbarian Barrel that time. Now things are swinging a little bit back.
Yeah, they definitely are. Here we go, the miner.
Yep.
Oh.
Great Ice Golem placement. Fantastic.
Still get one hit, but minor one hit is definitely not worth.
Right. Now you've got a decent little push coming up here. Now, Prince is nice against the Rascals because he eliminates that Rascal boy pretty quickly. But the Ice Golem steps up in front of those Rascal girls, protects them there. Good minor placement. This time not able to be predicted by Royale.
Yeah, the miner on the side of Dabong, very good mind games, placing it south, north, east, west, back and forth. But the balloon is very healthy right now. But the Dark Goblin and the Spear Goblin is able to do that. But look at that! Look at that!
In the back.
Yeah, the miner in the back.
Okay, great Ice Golem placement and a Barbarian Barrel here to make sure that miner does not really get much damage there. This is really, really close. Neither player has a spell that can just end this, but it does get the drop.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, W2D2 TV, the miner is coming through. This miner game will finish the game.
Woohoo!
Wow.
Oh my gosh, just not able to get down that Ice Golem in time was Rodapodan. So Dabong TV, in his second King of the Hill appearance, starts out 2-0 again.
Yeah.
That one was close, and that's an interesting ending because neither player has like a big spell that does a lot of damage. Like, we have Snowball, and then Dabong has no spells. No spells.
Yeah, Dabong had no spells. Oh, and Rollaporon had that giant snowball. That's it. And I think that one time where Rollaporon was unable to predict the miner from Dabong, and it was able to land like 3-4 shots. I think that was the game changer.
Definitely.
For at least
and
this game.
That
Oh
missed
yeah.
Barb Barrel that forced a snowball. That's
Yeah, so here right now.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, this one, that miner from Dabong got so many hits off.
That was, and the placement here.
Like, to be honest, like both of their Princess Tower are so low that it's so unfortunate that none of them had any significant, damage dealing spells.
And that Skeleton Barrel's damage actually turned out to be pretty important.
Yeah, 67.
It's death damage,
Yeah,
or 110.
Oh,
it's 100 death damage at 67.
Okay.
The skeletons each hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So either way, Dabong is able to come out on top again, and like I said, he may be the boss that comes out in the first round. Because he is 2-0 right now, King of the Hill.
Yeah, he's It's looking really, really good. And this is scary here for Game With. Because losing the first two like this, I mean, KK is your 1v1 specialist.
Yeah.
You know, but Royal Poron should be too. And now you're down to your last life. You only have your last life. You have no more quarters ready for the arcade machine. All your quarters have run out.
Yeah.
It's one life, and you haven't even gotten to the final boss.
Yeah, you're not
even at Bowser yet.
Yeah, you're not even. Like,
You're like bouncing around on some
like,
mushrooms, trying to get some coins, maybe and get an extra life, but not gonna happen here, maybe.
All right, you do see KK 3-0 in King of the Hill. He is very confident, and we've seen him. And like I said, he is the final boss for Team Game With, and he has warmed up already in set 2. So we'll see if he's able to at least cut the momentum off of Dabong, so his team does not go down 3-0 in King of the Hill.
Right. So it's interesting that Barbarians were banned, and we've been seeing a lot of like cycle decks or like faster decks, and not much beatdown. So that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. You know, you gotta remember, Tornado's banned.
Tornado is banned. That makes it easier to run the cycle decks.
Exactly.
Because then you don't have to worry about.
That's why we've seen like everybody just come out with the miner.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about being pulled. You just have to play mind games so the miners could put him like what he did. Put him on the south, put him on the north, just go back and forth.
It opens the door for stuff like the Hog Rider Earthquake deck.
Yeah.
That we've been seeing. We got to see it the other day. A few other variants, that kind of thing. Could try.
Or now that we saw the Skull Barrel coming from Dabong, now I want to see the Ram Rider again.
Yeah, let's do it. I am down. Game number 3. Everything on the line here for Game With. It is KK versus Dabong TV. Dabong TV has won the first two. Oh, okay. Wait.
Okay, right away.
Wait. Hold up. Wait. We gotta wait. Dabong put his hand up.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that everything is okay here. KK. This is the second time it's happened to him today, and he is a little bit upset. I understand. The tombstone came out. I'm not sure exactly what the problem is here for Dabong, but it looks like we're going to have to redo this once again.
And we're not getting any information as to why this happened or what's wrong with Dabong's machine or phone.
Yeah, we'll see here. I'm not sure if they're both just okay with doing this. I mean, I think he's just testing the device. I think he's just testing it here.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to play the game.
Yeah, this is definitely not going to be played.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah, making sure everything is okay. And we'll find out in a second here what exactly is going on. KK takes the headphones off, so I think this one is.
Yeah, obviously this is not gonna be
there's
played,
no way
but
yeah, of course not.
just making sure Dabong, I guess like it was a small glitch where it didn't need to be resetted.
So it sounds like the in-game sound wasn't working. So we'll see exactly. We're gonna need to redo that. The sound is really important in Clash Royale because sometimes your eyes aren't everywhere.
Yeah.
On the screen, you need to hear the units doing things like entering the battlefield and that kind of thing. So we'll get this resolved and we will get underway. It looked like KK was gonna run Lava Hound there.
Yeah.
We saw the flying machine and tombstone.
Yeah.
So probably.
And we saw Dabong come out. I think it
Rascals.
was Rascals.
He might have been trying the same deck. To be honest.
He might have. He might have.
He something very similar.
Yeah, like
something very
Dabong.
similar.
Yeah, Dabong likes the Rascals. So when he brings out the Rascals, it could be like you said. It could be anything. Like there's a couple of cards or decks rather where Dabong could have brought out. But let's hope that this remake will be the last remake of the day, because this could potentially be the last game if Dabong decides to just go 3-0.
Yeah, he could do it.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully we'll get this issue fixed really soon here and we can get this match underway for you guys. We do apologize for the delays. We will get this all resolved, make sure our players are nice and comfortable and they are ready to roll. Well, this has been quite the day. I mean, the first two games, wow, went so quick.
Yeah, if you guys missed the first two games, even though it was a 2-0 and like a 4-0 sweep regarding games, so it was like a 2 sets 2-0 one-sided for both game 1 and 2, but they were all so close.
Yeah, they were really close.
It's surprising to see that it was a clean sweep, because all the games, every single game was super close. Like I think one of the games had like the losing side had like 19
Yep.
Princess Tower HP, and like it was down to just poison tick damage, and like everything was so close. It was so exciting.
It was a lot of fun. They
Yeah.
were really, really good games. And now we got the series that we kind of were expecting here with the two best teams in Group A.
Yeah.
Game with and OP.GAMING just absolutely duking it out. Both the first sets were 3 games. Now, Dabong is doing quite well, but it wouldn't be too surprising to see KK run the table here.
Oh yeah. Like I wouldn't be surprised if KK just like you said, go all the way to Expo Master and just let it be a game 5 King of the Hill game.
Yeah. Look at this. This baby dragon is so big. That's how you feel when you go against it. It's so many hit points. Just like, and that wizard's just like, oh,
I hate
you're
it.
so powerful. Why
I
are
hate
you
it
so
because I don't use the baby dragon often
Yeah.
in my deck, but whenever it comes out on the other side, I don't have too much air defense, so I have to like pull out the bats or the spear goblins, and
good?
if I put it down wrong, it just dies like, right
Yeah.
away to the base. So I was like, oh please.
Yeah, I've got I like to use Electro Wizard, so
Yeah.
I have that at least going against it, and that does a pretty good job of keeping it in check, especially if it's on your side.
Yeah.
Then it just stuns it, and then the Princess Tower does its thing. Well, we're getting everything squared away here, guys. We are making sure our devices are 100% and everybody is on a equal playing field. We will get this going again here pretty soon.
All right, we'll see what happens. And now that we did see a couple cards being put down before the remake happened. So now the question bears again: will they keep the same deck, or will they switch it up? Because like you said, even though we didn't get to see all of their kind of primary cards or units being put down, but still, like especially on the side of Dabong, we saw a couple cards that he played in game 2. So it's safe to say that he might have wanted to go with the same deck again in this last game. But now that KK has seen the deck again during that first game before the remake,
Right.
he might decide to change it.
Yeah. I mean, we saw him change it last time
Mm-hmm.
because he was going to try the Goblin Giant Sparky deck, and I was super
Yeah.
excited. Then not. Then
Mhm.
no. So we'll see what he goes back to. I don't imagine he's going to go back into the Sparky well. That's really dangerous to go against, especially somebody like Dabong, who we've seen like to run these cycle decks
Yeah.
and these. I mean, Sparky's okay against Rascals, and there's some weird stuff that happens with the Rascal girls.
Yeah, if you put it down wrong, the Rascal girls get blown up too in the back.
Yes.
Yeah, I know that.
So you got to. So it's kind of weird with your placement. You got to
Yeah.
make sure that they don't get bunched up.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the Rascal girls do survive, and just the Rascal boy takes the brunt of the damage. So I think it'd be a really risky pick here to try that deck. I wouldn't do it against a Dabong who just and it's not just Rascals. It's all these other units that you can kite the Sparky with, kind of buy time. And we will see. Still working things out here
Okay.
at Clash Royale League Asia. I am excited for this. I want to get this going. I want to see these two play. Two of the best in the world going at it here. We might.
Okay, so the thing is, so in the rules, the specific rules, when we get into the specifics, when there are technical issues, it's not always a remake. So for instance, right now, we told you that Dabong's in-game sound wasn't working. It wasn't working properly. So he raised his hand. He wanted a remake, which basically took his hands off the mobile, which means he wasn't playing the game, right? So same goes for KK, because they thought it was going to be a remake, so they both took their hands off. And for a sound issue, you don't get a remake.
Oh.
You're not supposed to get a remake.
Oh.
Yeah. So you're not supposed to get a remake, but both sides thought that they were going to get that remake because they didn't know in advance what the problem was. We just saw the player raise his hand, or Dabong raise his hand, so they thought, all right, so he's probably raising his hand for an issue that allows a remake. But I guess Dabong did not study the rulebook well enough that sound issues does not give him a remake, but now they're forced to stop. They already stopped playing that game, so we'll see. They are kind of, the reason it's taking so long is because they're kind of debating on how to proceed with this issue. If Dabong should get a remake because it was super, early in the game before anything has been put down, or if Dabong should, I guess, count it as a loss because he's the one that kind of, you know, kind of not. He didn't break the rules.
He didn't break the rules, but he didn't follow the rules.
Exactly.
He didn't. He didn't do anything out of malice or anything like that. It wasn't. You know, he just legitimately didn't realize, you know, that not having sound isn't a valid remake issue. You just got to play through it, I guess. If you lose sound, that's interesting. Well, we'll find out what the decision will be here shortly, guys. In the meantime, Ending.
Yeah.
How you feeling? How's life?
Well, right now I just want to see what happens. To be honest, I like. Okay, so what we got was, you know, since if they can't just give them a remake because this happened, but they can't get a loss either, I guess. So they're gonna get like a -1 penalty. I don't know if that's gonna be regarding like a game or a set or a crown. But
okay.
They will get a remake. It said the PD says that they will get a remake. However, they're not gonna just get a free remake because it's not in the rule. In the rule book, it says you're not allowed to get that remake because of a sound issue. So I don't know that -1 penalty point. I don't know what that refers to. If it's a set loss.
That
or
almost
a game
be worse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because you don't want Dabong playing again.
Yeah.
You want it to go to Ho next.
Yeah.
And then you want because you want
because you can
Master.
play and get that -1, and if Dabong loses again, that's another loss.
Right. And then you're at -2.
Yeah.
Which is, and then.
So depending on what that -1 penalty point is, I guess. Yeah. Now once again, Dabong is kind of trying to explain and kind of talk to the referees.
If they're not going to do a remake, then Dabong should just lose.
Yeah.
And then it should just. Go
I
to
think
Ho.
that'll be a cleaner loss.
It should just go to Ho. That would be, I think, because you need it to get to Expo Master. You don't want to have it go to Game 5, technically, right? Even though it'd actually be Game 4, but technically Game 5, and then it's just not possible that Expo Master even gets to play.
Exactly. But
that's a huge disadvantage for OP.
I guess Dabong is talking it out. It could be just the -1 crown.
Oh, -1 crown.
Yeah, it could be.
So they're penalized a crown for the season results.
Exactly.
Oh.
So at the end of the season,
that's
like
fine.
you know, when they want to kind of, if they're tied regarding, you know, the game wins and the set wins, they go down all the way to crowns. Who got more crowns? Maybe if that's the -1 penalty, I guess it's kind of worth getting that remake. Even though, personally, I want to see Dabong play again to see if he's gonna do a 3-0 sweep. But as a caster or as a esports mania, love watching esports, I don't want things like this. Like if a player does not understand the rules, study the rules thoroughly, and he's called a remake like this, which is not allowed, I think he should just take the loss. I think that should be the rule.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah, because that basically forced that remake, which wasn't allowed.
Right. I think you're probably right. I think that's probably the right way to do it.
Yeah, because if they allowed this to him in the future, they might do the same thing and I'll just get a -1 crown and get a remake kind of thing. Like it's not a good way to think, but it's always possible to do that. If they allow one bygone to another player, it's gonna happen again and again. It's a possibility. So just to make a strict rule, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yep. Well, we're gonna get things squared away here as soon as we can and get ready for this game number 3. Of course, Dabong TV won the first 2 games for OP.GAMING and our King of the Hill. Can he continue that? We will find out soon. He's like in the cycle decks. He's like in the Rascals especially, and anything that fits in behind them seems to be pretty okay with him.
Yeah. He's been Dabong's actually been running the Rascal, Dark Goblin, and the Scale Barrel. Like he's been playing that deck.
Scale Barrel,
That's the Scale Barrel deck that he played, and it seems like we will finally go in to our potentially the last game, and they will have that 1 minute to change up the decks if they want. No coaches, no teammates coming up. This is just as if this round has just begun.
Yep. It is just the normal start here, although I think we're still having some sound issues for Dabong. We'll see. He's playing with his headsets there. Not quite sure exactly what's going on. I think he just has to play it at this point. If there's no sound, it sounds like based on what we were told about the rules, it's like too bad. And it's not great because, like I said, you do rely on the sounds in Clash Royale sometimes. If you can't see, it looks like he's still having some issues there. I think he's just got to play it. I don't think just take him off or something. I don't know. But you got to have the big gray ones on so you can't hear the crowd and the other things, because we do have fans that come down and watch, and they will,
scream things out
Yeah.
that you're not supposed to.
Right.
But either way, yeah, for those of you who's joining us a little bit late and wondering what is happening here, Dabong on the side of OP Gaming, who has won 2 games in a row in King of the Hills. In the 3rd game, there was a sound issue, and sound issues do not allow a rematch. But the refs didn't know why Dabong raised his hand, and they, I guess, stopped the game in the middle, and they found out that it was a sound issue, which does not allow a remake, and now they had to debate and decide on how to deal with this problem. That's why it's taking so long. So we apologize for this long delay.
Trying to get everything squared away, make sure
Yep.
the sound is okay here for Dabong. Figuring out there's the rest of OP Gaming. Expo Master on the far right there. Weechan next to him, and on his left is Ho. So they round out the 4 members that were brought from OP Gaming. Of course, they have others. Asher, who plays very well. So they have a very strong, well-rounded team, does OP Gaming. That's why they're competing for the top spot in Group A with GameWith. They're both 2-0 going to this. GameWith in dangerous territory. They've already lost 2 in the King of the Hill, so they're down to their last life. Like I said, no more quarters for this arcade machine. You just gotta get it going. All right, I think it's working. Can you hear everything, Dabong? Can you hear me?
Oh my God, they get another minute.
Yeah.
So basically, they got a minute, and I was like, all right, so this is basically the start of this potentially last round. They got that minute, and the time was basically like 10 seconds left, and they got another minute here to change their decks again.
Yep. Well, they've had plenty of time to think about this, so
Yeah.
they should be pretty well in order here. They will get their decks set up, and we will get right into this game. Number 3. What will they bring us? We don't know. Tornado and Barbarians are banned. Been seeing a lot of cycle decks, a lot of cheaper type decks. The miners, very, very, very important because there's no Tornado.
Yeah.
So pretty much everybody's using that in just about every deck. I think
Yeah,
we
so-
just had the one Ram Rider deck.
Yeah,
That
but
didn't
in this
happen.
tornado ban, yeah, we've seen a lot of tornadoes in other games as well, like you said. But in this King of the Hill, with the tornado being banned, we saw a lot of we've seen like miner on every single deck, I think, so far.
Almost every.
Yeah, almost
except for
everything.
one.
Yeah, we saw Goblin Barrel as well. And Dabong brought out that Skeleton Barrel as well last game, so we'll see. What
Here we
happens.
go. This could be it. Everything is on the line. Match point. GameWith's KK trying to reverse sweep OP Gaming. Take the win. Dabong trying to sweep GameWith and bring their team to victory. Just nuking out those bats there with the snowball. Guards coming out as well here. And a Mega Minion from KK. There's a Musketeer.
Okay, so it's got Musketeer. Oh, lightning. KK's not gonna. Oh,
Royal
Warlogs.
Yep.
Nice Furnace here with the Mega Minion being alive. We keep that alive. Another set of Fire Spirits will come out here.
Let's see what we've got in behind these Royal Hogs here. Furnace Lightning, Mega Minion. Smells like possibly Royal Giant.
Yeah.
We'll see. That's what it feels like. But Archers, you don't typically see that.
Yeah, we don't. But I think with the Furnace being put down by Dabong, he's gonna be KK's gonna be happy because he has that Lightning. If he wanted, he could have just done cycle through to another Lightning to bring that Furnace down. But bats will be coming.
Most likely, this is a poison on the back end of what Dabong TV has,
Yeah.
and probably another spell. Usually it's Barbarian Barrel, but we'll see.
So go Furnace.
Yep, Furnace.
That down.
Pretty good counter. There's that poison. Lumberjack coming down here for KK.
Right. I smell a Royal Giant for real.
It's what it feels like, for sure. It
Yeah.
could be. It could be a golem, as well.
No.
There's actually a couple
Yeah.
different things you can throw back there. Heck, it could even be a. I mean, it would be weird, but I guess it
I
could be
think what
a lava
Dabong.
hound. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Whatever.
But okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not a Royal
Okay,
Giant.
yeah. It felt so much like Royal Giant until those archers
Yeah,
came out.
yeah.
And I'm like, no, you don't run archers with Royal Giant. All right. The golem push is real. Trying to get in on the right-hand side.
Oh.
Okay, he's got the snowball. No furnace available this time. Just not quite enough elixir there after using the baby dragon. So not much damage being done by those Royal Hogs. Lightning comes through to erase the Musketeer. Furnace not going to buy him much time.
Oh my gosh, the Baby Dragon staying alive gets rid of 4 bats here, buying so much time. The Lumberjack lands a lot of shots as well. The rage is on the Golemites.
Yeah, almost a dead tower there up in the top
Basically
left.
dead.
There the archers finish it. And Dabong TV doesn't feel like he has many answers. And this looks
Any
like,
answer.
Yeah, it will be KK's game.
All right.
All right, KK, game number 3 takes it. I kind of had a feeling that KK was going to win because Dabong I think he got a little flustered mentally.
Yeah.
With all those technical issues,
Yeah,
probably having to discuss the rules and that kind of thing. So KK takes game number 3. Now it's up to Ho for OP.GAMING here on game number 4. This is going to be really exciting stuff. KK trying to keep things alive for game with, trying to get to the final boss here for OP.GAMING Expo Master. We will see how it goes. Here's our replay. So this golem push was all it took. It was nice to have that.
The Lumberjack lands like 5 shots, I think.
And then,
5 shots.
yeah, and then it rages up at the Golemites, and then there's some archers behind it. They get raged, and that's a very dead Princess Tower with only less than 30 seconds left there. It's pretty much impossible to come back because the Royal Hogs deck is meant to chip.
Yeah.
It's not there to just, blow a tower in one push like a golem deck. So
Exactly. And now we do have Ho here on the side of OP.GAMING. This is a rematch from set 2 where KK came on top 2-1 against Ho. So now this is the time for Ho to redeem himself, or will he lose to KK again in King of the Hills?
Yep. I am excited for this. I think Ho can do it. Most of those games were really close.
Yeah.
They're like literally like within like a tick of like poison damage, basically. Well, Ho just couldn't get the poison off in time during that double giant thing. So, let's see what he wants to go for here.
All right, now that Dabong TV has been beaten, now there's only Ho in front of Expo Master. So now you see Expo Master behind,
whispering the correct decks into his ears.
Yeah, because now if Ho is beaten, Expo Master has to come to work. Well, he's already at work, but, come in front of the phone and actually work.
Yeah, Expo Master's just been hanging out since the 2v2. It's been a while. It feels like forever ago that 2v2 happened. He's just been chilling. So I think this should be pretty darn good here. KK can play a lot of different stuff. We've seen many different decks from him. And we'll see what Ho's got for us here. 8 seconds left, and then we'll get started. So they're just talking it over, making sure they're ready to go. I am really excited for this game number 4. Once again, match point for game with. They cannot lose. If KK loses here, then it is OP.GAMING's day.
Yep. But if KK goes 3-0, this King of the Hills, they do take the win.
Let's do it, guys. Game number 4 of the King of the Hill. KK versus Ho. Good luck, everybody.
All right, here we go.
Are we going to leak elixirs?
Yes, we are.
Are we going to really wait, or is this okay? Just a snowball, just a little love tap. Nothing else. And a bar barrel. And guards. Once again here from Ho. Guards as well for KK. Furnace. All right. We've been seeing a lot of Furnace today as well. And not just in the Royal Giant decks. It's been a lot of different things. That's a Hunter. That's a Hunter.
Oh, that is.
Oh my
god. But that should have been put down, and that is a Sparky on the left.
Oh, he's got his own Mega Minion to distract, so this isn't too bad. I mean, there's going to be a decent amount of shots coming here, but Sparky is slow. So there should be just enough time to squeeze in the Goblin Giant if he wants. Okay, yes he does. And you need to put it on that right-hand side because you got to keep Sparky behind it. All right. Oh, and the E-Wiz, though, of course.
No, but it's okay.
It's okay. You got the bar barrel.
Oh, with the guards. But it's okay. Look at the Goblin Giant.
He did get, the Goblin Giant's going to town. He did manage to get the E-Wiz, but the guards are a pretty good counter.
Yeah.
Sparky, turns out those shields are pretty nice. They just absorb all that damage.
Exactly.
It doesn't go through. Okay, Hunter placement. Very, very good. All those pellets will land.
All right, well, we finally once again have that Sparky deck that you wanted to see. That
So
we had to get that remake.
Oh, okay.
Right, it's gonna land. It's gonna allow 2 shots.
Yep, 2 shots there.
All right.
So KK is just trying to buy time to get the Sparky. He's got to be careful though,
there we go.
because if he drops the Royal Giant like right away, okay, he doesn't. He's gonna wait, and this is fine. You don't mind the furnace here because it's buying you elixir time.
Yep, exactly.
Behind all of this.
Oh, lightning.
Lightning makes sense there, but that is just about does about 3/4 damage to the Sparky. But the Barbarian Barrel doesn't quite finish it off, actually. Oh, but the guards, though.
Yeah,
guards get in the way.
It's like the biggest counter. It's very unfortunate.
Yep. So another furnace here, and that is, again, just fine.
Yep. But the Barbarian actually does land a shot there. And if you notice, even with all the lightning that Ho has landed, here we go, another one.
Ooh, but that time, just in time, he gets.
Yeah.
But the Barbarian Barrel, I think, will take out the Sparky and it rolls on top of it. Yep, there it goes. So the lightning kind of being the difference maker here for Ho. It's just another lightning and a little bit more damage. The Hunter comes out. There comes the Royal Giant. Just needs one shot.
I think one shot and a lightning right away. And that, I think it's going to be possible. There we go. He throws that one shot, lightning.
Yep. He just needs to cycle the lightning, and there it is. Ho takes it. OP.GAMING wins match 3 of the day. And they are now 3-0. A very, very strong start. We didn't even need to get to Expo Master in that King of the Hill. That's how good OP.GAMING is. Top to bottom, a very, very strong team, and now making a statement as maybe one of our best teams here in Clash Royale League Asia.
Yeah, definitely, and especially we call them not just because they won this game or not because they are in the top tier of Group A right now in the place regarding placements, but they are able to swap out all their players on that team and put them in 2v2s, put them in 1v1s, and they all come out on top, and at the end of the day, they do come out as the winners.
And how scary is this?
Yeah.
You could put Expo Master in the 2v2s where they play really well together. Him and Weechan have played well together. They've won both of their sets. Okay. Then the rest of your players are doing well in the 1v1s. And then you have Expo Master to, one of the best 1v1 players in the world to rely on at the end of the King of the Hill. So here you go. You can see it. Bren Esports over Talon. So they're 1-2. Talon drops to 0-3. Sandbox Gaming. Or wait, I'm sorry, 1-2. They're 1-2, not 0-3. 1-2. Sorry, Bren Esports 2-1. Talon 1-2. I got them confused with our second matchup, which was Detonation. Now they're 1-2, and Sandbox Gaming is 0-3. OP.GAMING 0-3. Game with 2-1. There.
All right, what you said.
Yeah,
but either way, now we saw in the first week, the numbers on the right side, the set in the game. It was like the numbers are small, but now it's starting to add up now, and you see kind of the difference after going through the whole first week and the first 2 days of the second week. We kind of start to see which teams are going to, or which teams are rather stronger than the others. Yeah,
it's been a struggle here for Sandbox Gaming. Not able to find many wins.
Yeah.
And it's been really difficult. But looking up to tomorrow, guys. Sunday, May 5th, 7 p.m. Korea Standard Time. Ponos versus Kingzone Dragon X. Fav Gaming versus OG and Entis. And Chaos Theory versus Kicks. So, some good matchups there. Group B has been very, very, very good.
Yeah, they're very close. Group A, we do have some close games. Like even today, even though, like I said before, I'm being repetitive, but the first 2 matches have been one-sided, but the games itself were very close. But Group B, like the games are close. We go to full sets, King of the Hills, and it's a lot more exciting, I guess, in a way, if you like to enjoy, those close type games where we go to full games, like Game 3s and like King of the Hill Game 5. We're gonna see that tomorrow.
Yeah,
for sure.
Going to be very, very close, as so far it has been for Group B, I expect.
Yeah.
Ponos has been the only 2-0. They won 2-0 at the end of Thursday's games in the very last set there. So, that is going to do it for us today. Thank you for joining us, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the games. Tomorrow, we're back with more Clash Royale League Asia. It's Group B. So, see you guys then. Stay tuned, and thanks